Last session, you had emerged victorious after defeating Enziri the Exiled, the Forge Master of Svarog. You learned that, however, despite slaying the Ifrita, destroying the Phoenix Egg, and 3 of you dying, including Orpheus, and returning from the dead, you made your way to a mountaintop, or I guess more of a pass, high up in the mountains, where you can see on either side, you see the Pyrrhic victory, the result of a Pyrrhic victory of your alliance army that you had mustered. And then on the other side, you see the fire giant army led by Duke Grudo, wielding the hammer of the First Forge, the great artifact of Dwarven make that King Barlack Blackforge had wished for you to retrieve for him. Then you were trying to recover, and then suddenly Orpheus began to watch the fire, and his eyes ignited into violet flame, consuming you into a psychic hellscape, where you were sharing visions or moments in the past from Orpheus' childhood, his teenage years, him as a young adult, and then as a villain, past, or all visions of things that could have happened or did not happen, or things that you altered but were very clearly only in the mind. Interspersed were strange visions that were relevant to each of you, instilling you with a desire to destroy, a bloodlust, a lust for destruction. And then finally, it all ended in an epic confrontation in the top of a wizard's tower, with Orpheus attempting to fight off the control of something called the Violet Flame, as you all battled him. And then it wasn't until you pledged the power of friendship in anime that he was seemingly cleansed of the corruption, and you all returned to reality, although not before experiencing the strange vision of 3 red eyes in the darkest depths of the ocean. And with that, Orpheus is now passed out, unconscious in your arms, Vandris and Sylvie. As his eyes have rolled back, he's slumped forward, but you hear him breathing. The violet flame that had consumed him previously, no longer present, as the wind whips up around you once more. You feel that chill, and you hear the war drumming and the grinding machines of the fire giants as they move slowly but deliberately, hacking through the trees. And these trees that are in the thorn wilds are far larger than normal forests, far denser as well. So it is slower going, but as the forest burns, they are making their way deeper and deeper, heading north. And you look and you see as the sun is finally setting, dipping below the ridge of the mountains, as the volcano finally stops erupting. The last burst falling of lava falling down slowly, and then staying hot for a strange amount of time, but then finally cooling into hardened rock, as a relative peace falls over at least the Smolder Peak Valley. You see the troops starting to gather together after hauling much of the dead onto the into piles or into rows, as they begin to pick apart this massive scene of a massive battle. And you see the campfires starting to dot the valley below, and you wonder, with your former enemy, now friend, turned enemy again, turned friend, question mark. What do you do next? What do you all do?
I apologize if you said this. Is it obvious how much time has passed?
It is, you're not quite sure, but you get the sense from where the sun was that you feel like it had been hours that you were in this hellscape. But when you return, it seems as if like not much time has passed, okay. Only minutes.
Gotcha. Orpheus, can you hear me?
Is he okay?
I don't know. I'm going to go through my pack and try to find some water.
He's breathing, so I think he's probably fine.
I'm not sure he's conscious, and I'm going to...
He murmurs a bit, and you grab some water.
Just try to very, very little sip, see if he'll take it.
he takes it, he sputters a little bit, and then once he finishes sputtering, it starts to go down easier.
We can't stay here. We have to get back to our mounts. If we're going to make any time and make sure we get him safety and heal up ourselves. I mean, I'm battered. And then we have to figure out where we're going next, but we're running out of time.
What was that? All of that?
You saw it too?
The visions. The three red eyes. And Orpheus.
I don't really want to discuss it here. Can we at least get moving first, and then we can talk on the way? I don't want to stay here any longer than we have to.
Yeah, because what we could do is we could get to where we're going to go, and then I can make my house, and then we can go inside of it, and we can talk there and no one can hear us.
That's a good idea.
In the swimming pool.
All right. Can you walk?
I'm a little sore, but I should be able to carry Orpheus, and then maybe we can take turns. And
All right.
Is Orpheus conscious? Is he
Not at all. Totally out.
Not at all. He's totally out.
I'm gonna scoop him up, and if we have to take turns carrying him. I mean, I'm assuming he's not super heavy. He's
So
pretty slight.
you look down, and from where you're out, it's probably going to be half a day or maybe longer of a hike down to get down to where the armies are mustering. And so you feel like you might be able to get there late into the evening if you hurried. But you scoop them up and you make your way.
I would say, so our mounts are still back with the dwarves.
They are with the yak folk.
The yak folk.
So they were towards the back lines of the battle. You're not sure how they are.
Oh, God.
And that's even farther away than the...
So they're all starting to muster kind of in one massive camp
that
you see.
Then I would say, as out of character, depending on what time it is now, we walk however far we can, and if it starts to get dark and we don't make it there, we can stay in Sylvie's, thing or whatever, would be my kind of thought process to the group. But
First, lad, you think you can carry him all the way down? I'm happy to throw him over my shoulder.
We'll take turns. I just want to keep an eye on him for now, and I'm sure I'll need a break shortly.
All right.
We could try to heal him before we do that.
No.
No?
No.
I could try,
Yeah, but why? He needs to be punished in some way for trying to kill us.
We don't know if he's good or bad.
He's breathing.
We don't even know if that was him. For all we know, all of the things that we saw, the things in the past, they may or may not have been real.
Do you really want him mostly conscious while you're carrying him down the mountain for half a day?
We just need to make sure that he's not
dead.
dead.
Do you know the things he's going to say to you?
Let me take a look at him.
Okay.
I'll set him down by like a tree.
I want to kind of inspect him to see, do I feel like he's missing hit points from like an in-game perspective, or do we feel like he's just recovering more mentally?
Make a medicine check.
Well, if I cast Cure Wounds at a second level, I'll be able...
You're a great cleric.
Very, very poor.
Very poor.
Medicine check. Yeah, it's a 6.
So the strange thing about Orpheus is that he actually looks physically better. It's been a long day. He looks physically better than when he teleported you all out of the blast furnace chamber. As if the phoenix flames from his strange attempted transformation had closed his wounds. But you get the sense that there is no kind of extra healing of closing of wounds that is going to get him to revive. You get the sense that he just needs rest from the extreme mental. You all feel, and I'll say that you all feel as if you have, despite it only being minutes and what felt like hours, that you know what, you all actually take an additional level of exhaustion
I hate you.
from the sheer you all feel exhausted from that. Thank you for triggering that, Rich.
How do we do that in D&D?
It's under conditions.
Oh, conditions.
From
the hour there.
And you actually also feel as if the wounds that you had are far more diminished from just being consumed in that violet phoenix fire. But the exhaustion and the pain and the damage seems to be in your mind.
As soon as Rodek is done examining Orpheus as he's leaning up against this tree, semi-conscious or whatever, I'm going to stand up and go, okay, that's enough for me. It's your turn, Rodek.
All right.
We've gone 10 feet.
And I'll say, I'm a wee bit tired. What about the rest of you?
I collapse onto the ground. My little head comes up and I start to crawl at half my speed.
Oh, because you're prone.
Really sick.
No, because I have 2 levels of exhaustion, so my speed is halved.
So you're crawling at quarter speed, which for a gnome is you make it
like sloth speeds.
like 4 feet.
I'm gonna need someone to carry me.
Well, I know that I could probably do this all day, but I don't want to. We could just call it here.
We could. We don't know how Rambi's doing.
Well, I could fly on my broom because it's more fast than me, and then I would keep up with you if you walk. What if you do more than walk? You'll have to say goodbye to poor Sylvie.
Why don't we try to make it down at least a little bit?
Sure.
And you run on your broom.
Yep.
And if we can get a sense that they're camping for the night and we're still up here, then we can camp too. If they plan to move out now, I don't want to be left behind.
Yeah. Maybe I could try something?
Please do.
Are there any, rocky outcroppings?
I would say you could find one quite easily.
Okay, I'm going to go behind a rocky outcropping.
You do that.
And what the party will see behind this rock is, basically, what happens when the genie does anything in Aladdin. It'll be, a bright, glow and, sparks flying off and, stuff like that. And then you'll hear, I'm gonna steal. No. So I will come out from behind the rock and have transformed into a large steed. A horse steed.
What does your horse look like? What color?
It is going to be large, the size of a Clydesdale, that kind of, furry feet, but white
cute.
with gray spots on the rumpus.
So,
The Wumpus?
The rumpus.
Oh.
you see a
Perhaps
poof of
the
this
Wumpus is
greenish spiritual magic and a flash of blue, kind of almost similar to what you had seen in the reflection pools beneath Tamaka. And suddenly there is a horse there.
Where'd that horse come from?
Oh my god, I thought she was taking a dump. This is magnificent.
Do you think this pony ate Annulin?
Hey, wait, hold on. Have you ever shapeshifted before? What? Has she always been able to do this?
Always who've been able to do what?
Annulin, is that you, or did you swap places with the horse?
I'm gonna really quick.
Why would
read
you
ahead. Can I
assume
talk?
Annulin's this horse?
I'm gonna read ahead. I'm gonna run ahead at half speed, and real quick, look behind the rock and be like, she's gone.
I think the horse ate Annulin.
I'm gonna whinny and start doing that cute thing the horses do when they clip clop their feet
See,
up and
it's
down.
even proud of it.
I don't think horses eat people.
Well, that one looks like it does.
Is a horse going to be able to navigate this very craggy path?
Why would you want to bring a deadly Annulin horse?
Why are
with
you
us?
asking me this question? This is a question for
Shit, that's why
Annulin.
we left our mouths.
Well, why? Well, where is Annulin anyway? We could ask her to talk to this horse.
Annulin, clap twice if you're Annulin.
I'm just gonna start Annulin!
No, stop.
Oh.
This is Annulin.
Why would you think this is Annulin?
Hold on. Do it again. Clop twice. Clop a hoof twice if you are Anulin. See?
But how?
But that doesn't make any sense.
Clop to tell us how.
Yeah, spell how with your clops.
I'm just gonna turn around and face Vandrus and drop like one poo turd. One horsey poo.
That's definitely
Right.
Anulin. How'd you know?
See? Well, I guess we'll just put Orpheus up on there and get out of here.
How's it gonna get down the mountain with us when it's so craggy and windy and our mounts, even my little pony Wendell couldn't come with us?
Well, maybe she's... Well, you can hear everything we're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, you would think that Anulin would just know that mountain goats are a thing.
Dang it!
Dang it, Bob.
I mean, I'm no freaking forest elf. But, I mean, mountain goats, please.
Or a giant ram.
What if it's, oh no. What if that's not Anulin? What if it's the Cloven having hooves? Cloven, get it? Different hooves, but it's fine. And it ate Anulin, and now it's pretending to be Anulin by pooing at Vandrus so that we believe it, and it's going to do bad things to us.
I just think that that's extremely unlikely. However unlikely it is that this horse is also Anulin.
So what
Can
do
I
you think it is
100% not get down this mountain?
You could attempt to make your way.
I can't wait till she breaks her horse foot and we have to put her down.
Oh no!
I'm sorry, Anulin!
I don't want to go to the Adventurous Glue Factory.
No.
Just look at the sunrise, Anulin.
You know that it would be treacherous and it was slow going, but you could, like, with taking it easy, you could make your way down.
With an Orpheus on our back?
Yeah, it would be like a very bumpy ride for Orpheus, and it would be slow going.
Now, we're going to try this, okay?
What are we
This is
gonna
very
try?
useful. I'm glad that you can do this. I'm sure we can think of lots of
I'll do
uses.
that lipazine bow.
We'll have to talk about the limitations next time, but I'll just chuck Orpheus over so that he's
It's like draped over her. Do you have a saddle?
No.
Shame.
He just flops on top of it.
All right. Let's go.
What's your point of me?
Get on your broom.
Oh, well, when I want to.
I'm standing in front of Anulin. And I
Where is Anulin?
I proceed to lead the group the best I
You
can.
might not want to be in
half
front
speed.
of that horse, though, because if it kicks you right in the back of the knees, face first into rocks, you might lose all of your teeth. Do elves regrow their teeth if they fall out? If you had a tail and I cut it off, would that regrow? How long are your toenails?
About an average length. I'll take my
What's
chances.
the average length?
And I just proceed to walk away.
He's gonna walk faster than me because I'm really tired.
I'm at half speed too, don't worry.
Okay, I'm gonna jump on my broom and go at 30 feet.
Well, that's faster than me.
You make your way down, and Rodek shockingly seems to be the most, I guess not shockingly being a dwarf,
Sprightly.
handling the mountains definitely the best and the fastest, helping everybody down who needs it. It's slow going, however, with how slow you guys are going, you realize now that the estimation of how quickly you can get there has definitely been lengthened. And you see that the armies now are starting to form camps, tents are starting to go up.
If we sever off one of Anulin's horse legs, will that
No.
remain separate from her before she reverts and they would get free meat? Or does she
You haven't tried.
I don't want to try. This isn't a murder. I mean, I want to try, but this isn't really the appropriate
I
setting.
would say if Anulin had ever wild shaped and you had any opportunity, if you knew what this was or had any opportunity to talk to her about it, I'd say you might be able to deduce. But Anulin just turned into a horse. You think she may have been eaten by a magic interdimensional horse.
It wouldn't be the weirdest thing we ever saw.
For all that you know, it is possibly as likely.
Just another day that ends in
You
Y.
may be with some horrible eldritch horse monster.
Could be. All right.
All right. I think we've gone far enough for tonight. Is it getting late?
Yeah, the sun's been down. It's also been in the dark. So like the sun was going down. The sun was going down when you were at the top of this peak. You're probably about 3/4 of the way at this point, and it's definitely approaching midnight. You see that a lot of the fires are going out. A lot of tents have been pitched up, and a few actually small structures of planks of wood have been built out from some of the war wagons in the back. And so you see that all of the armies are tending to make camp. Even all of the fire newts are all kind of a little bit further away from the other groups, but you can definitely see the glow of their skin as they kind of pulse with that molten fire.
All right, I suggest that Sylvie uses her thing and we go inside for the night.
That's fine by me.
That's okay. I'll do that. Except I'm not giving permission to this horse.
But would you give it to Annulin?
I'm pretty sure this horse ain't Annulin.
Well, in your mind's eye, when you grant permission, grant it to Annulin, not necessarily this horse.
I'm not gonna do that.
I don't really know how that whole arcane thing works, but I'm just saying, if Annulin happened to show up, you'd want to let her in, right?
Yeah, but we're not gonna know if it's her or not. She went behind a rock. All kinds of stuff flew out from behind that rock. And then this really sassy bitch of a horse came out.
How long have we been walking?
Like 6 hours.
Okay, I've been a human for like 5 of those. At some point, we would have been walking down the mountain.
I'd say probably in 4 hours you would have realized that you should make camp, I would say.
So let's go back to that moment, just real quick. So Orpheus is on top of it.
Oh yeah. We're going back. We're rewinding.
Well, let me check that, but I'm pretty sure I can stay that way.
And that level of druid's got to be an hour or two.
Oh god, hold on. I forget where it said it. It's very short. Oh, you can stay in beast shape for a number of hours equal to half your druid level, which I think is 4. So 2 hours tops.
2 hours, yeah. So halfway through, you're guiding the giant horse. Definitely not suited to be traversing these craggy paths, especially in the dark. And so
Bad
then.
move.
And so as you're walking through Annulin, you feel the pull of your magic. It is waning. You're struggling to keep it going, knowing that Orpheus is on your back. However, it is not enough. You all kind of feel the rush of wind and a poof of that similar bright naturey magic, that green glow, as suddenly Annulin pops out from where the horse was, and Orpheus is directly on top of you and need you to make a dexterity saving throw, and so will Orpheus.
Oh, sweet gods, it is Annulin!
Or it's a shapeshifter that now looks like Annulin being crushed by
What
a
is
beast.
exhaustion? Is disadvantage on saving throws or
On ability checks.
Okay. Did you say disadvantage?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't.
You're the worst. It's still 16.
You managed to just dodge out of the way, and Orpheus does not crush you. However, he hits the ground incredibly hard.
Oh, damn it! Orpheus, jeez!
Oh,
Hey,
His body hits a rock.
oh no, is he okay?
I don't know. Ronak, it's your turn to carry him.
He'll be fine, I'm
Did you
sure.
see me? You were eaten by that strange eldritch horse bitch.
No,
Yeah.
that was me.
No, because you're not like that.
Rodak, did you see me?
I did. That was my presumption, that you turned into that.
How did you come to that presumption without some kind of meta-knowledge on the subject, dwarf?
Well, she said, give me one moment, as if she had an intentionality to go behind the rock and do something. And given the whole animal, like, spirit nature thing, it kind of stands to reason that she might transform into one of those naturey animal creature things. Just
I'm gonna
a
run
wee
up
bit
to
of
her.
deduction.
I'm gonna climb up onto her, and I'm gonna start looking into her ears.
Is this really you?
Noting that my ears are somewhat horse-like and pointy.
Basically
I can
horses.
see your brain in there. Oh, what's it look like? Bigger than mine.
How long have you been able to do that?
Well, that's the first time I did it. I was thinking really hard because we were stuck, and I was thinking, what would get us out of this mess? And I kind of forgot where we were for a minute, and so I was thinking, a big horse would just carry all of us. And I thought about it really, really hard, and then I went behind the rock, and I changed into the horse I was thinking about.
Very cool.
Even the color.
And can you choose any animals, or like just a horse thing? Is it
It's
like a
not
one?
your brain I can see. It's earwax, and there's a lot of it in here. Thanks.
And I'm gonna climb down.
Well,
It's Annulin.
now, are you satisfied that we can make camp and go inside your thing?
I didn't mean to scare you, and I just really want to go inside.
What's the code word?
Piddle wicked.
No, but I like that word.
It's as good as any other.
Are you convinced?
I'm still suspicious. Can you turn into an earthworm? An Evantress worm? Can you turn into an Evantress worm?
I think there's still earth on Adventures.
What?
Like earth.
Like ground?
Like the dirt.
Oh, a dirt worm.
Exactly.
Can you turn into a dirt worm?
I don't know. I haven't really seen a dirt worm in a while.
Well, I can turn into a dirt worm. So.
You can?
Yep.
Can I see?
Not today.
All right. Well, I'll think about it.
Okay, I'm gonna make my house.
I'm gonna make my house.
You do that. Tell me, describe what it looks like, because I've forgotten.
Oh, it looks like nothing. It's just a door that goes to my house.
Yes, a little thing appears, and it looks exactly like a door and, to the house. And Sylvie
seen
opens
this
it.
Go on.
Okay, so for anyone that wants to come in, that is definitely Annulin and is not some kind of horrific being creature that's trying to get into my house to take my candy from my invisible peoples. The passcode to get in is Dirtworm. Go!
And I open the door and run
You open the
inside.
door and you run inside.
I start to run inside. Do you have Orpheus?
Yes.
Okay, I run inside.
I'll walk inside without saying dirt worm and see what happens.
Rhoda,
Hey.
you don't think I'm actually a horse? What did she call me? A devil horse or something?
I don't... no, I think she just doesn't understand your new magic. And I think it might help to maybe tell her about how it works. Or all of us how it works, once we're
I
inside.
don't really know if I know how it works. I just wanted to make sure that you don't think maybe I could be.
Well, are you Annulin?
Uh-huh.
Then you're fine. You're okay.
I also feel like a little bit horse now, too, though.
Well, I need to ask, is it just horse? Or can you do other things?
I don't know. I'll let you know.
All right, well, maybe tomorrow try like a ram or a goat, something like that. A big one.
Shocking. I'll walk inside and say, Darwin!
I didn't say Dirtworm when I tried to run inside.
Can't get in.
Do I just like...
Yeah, you attempt to walk through and you just can't get through.
Damn it! Ah! Dirtworm!
I look at the door and seeing that Orpheus is unconscious and can't say dirt worm, I like try to place him through and see what happens.
He goes through because when I cast the spell, I allocated for Orpheus. So I can essentially say this person can get in, but I can give passcodes to other people. You just get passcodes.
Okay, so I'll start to walk through, and then as I get through it, I'll hit it and then drop
Orpheus.
Oh shit!
Orpheus just disappears into the doorway. You've lost him.
Dead worm. And I'll walk through.
As soon as you get through, you hear from a distance, Rodak, it's your turn to carry Orpheus.
And he's like still on the ground.
He's still on the ground.
You walk inside and you see Sylvie standing at the top of this grand staircase in the foyer. Orpheus is strewn out on the floor in front of you, and I am wearing a raccoon onesie. And I'm standing there in my footy pajamas with my tail in my raccoon ears.
Oh, Orpheus, that's a great idea. Let's play slip and slidey through the house.
And I snap my fingers, and this little yellow, like, moss pattern appears, and I just slide down it and start cruising through the house. Because I can transform my mansion however I want.
You do that.
So what does the mansion look like? Like paint the picture for
I
me.
have like 1,000,000 times, so I don't want to do it again.
No,
Okay.
well, last time it was like a grove or something. It was like
No.
a fey grove, wasn't it?
There was
A
No,
a
it's always-
grotto.
Like,
Wasn't
if
there a
just
grotto?
think
with the
about
house. in it,
think
right?
about like a fairy cottage core mansion, and inside of it, like the walls are made of wood, and they're like sparkling butterflies throughout the place, and it's beautiful. It's like a little fairy grove, but it's a house, and I've got a huge pool with luminescent toadstools in it.
Am I going to slip if I step on this?
Yep, do it. It's fun.
I'll take Orpheus. Let's see how this works, and I'll just throw him on the on the.
You just slide.
He lands on it like a tuna. Bam!
This is so fun.
He does that.
And I'll just walk around it. All right, can we get something to eat and relax?
Yeah,
Where do we do that, Neil?
in the dining room. You act like you haven't been to my house before. You just go down the hallway, take a left, then a right, then a left, then two lefts, then a right. Then you take the little traffic circle, and it's the third corner or the third exit on the left. And then you go right and then left and then right and then left and then down twice and then up twice. It gets you back to the same level, but it's important you do that. And then it's the third door next to the bathroom.
All right.
Did you get all that?
I did.
I'll
Or
follow
you could just
then.
go through that door over there.
Oh, thank goodness. I begin to walk that way.
I'll go that way as well.
Should we put Orpheus to bed?
Yeah, I'll have Gregory do it. Gregory, get Orpheus, please, and take him to bed.
One of my 100 spectral servants will come and collect Orpheus and take him to bed. If that's all right with the DM.
Yes, that's how it works. You see, as the what do they look like?
Oh, they're invisible.
Okay, so you just see Orpheus just float.
Covered in moss.
Whatever was making it slippery.
As you all just realize, you look over,
Lichen.
you look
Lichen.
over there and realize, like, it's hard to believe that only a couple hours ago you were desperately trying to save his soul from the touch of a horrific elder abomination as he gets carried off to bed, and you all are able to sit down and enjoy a meal.
Bartholomew, that's one of my other spectral servants. Bartholomew, will you please have dinner prepared for us in the dining room? I think he's doing it. I can't see him though.
You get the sense-
all right.
there's no voice and you can't see him, so
Yeah,
you
thanks,
you
Bartholomew.
have the presumption that he is that you feel like Bartholomew is good at his job.
Bartholomew's my favorite.
This has been an interesting day, to say the least.
So you want to go eat now? What do you want? You want chicken? What do you want to have for dinner?
As long as it's food, it's fine.
I would like a very strong drink. If I
Would you
could
like?
get that.
There's something that I created in my own head. It's called a Favorito pie.
That sounds fantastic.
Cool. Bartholomew, can you make Vandra's Favorito pie, please?
And a stiff drink.
And a drink that's stiff.
Maybe I should have been more specific.
Thanks.
Bartholomew arrives with a very stiff drink.
It's just a block of wood. It's just a wooden cup. Like, it's just a solid wooden cup. Like, it doesn't even have, like, the thing drilled out. It's just like a block. It's like a cylinder of wood.
Huh.
Is it good?
Got me there, I guess.
And a Favorito, whatever that is.
I'll take some ale, please.
Yeah.
Bartholomew. So, have we all... dinner's coming, right?
Yeah, just let Bartholomew know what you want. Bartholomew, take their orders, please.
I'll have roast meat and ale, please. He's fine.
I'd like some ale as well to go with my stiff drink.
Just some juice for me and maybe like a mushroom or grilled mushroom.
You get the understand. You get something in the back of your head of like why, but he's like, oh, okay, I guess.
Oh, Bartholomew, you're so spunky.
All right. Well,
I would like a glass of chocolate milk, warmed just a little bit more than room temperature, with bubblies on the top, please. And can I get a straw in that made of some bark? That would be fantastic. And then I would like to have a mushroom and kale salad, please. And I would also like to have chocolate cake for my entree. Thanks.
You get the sense that all this is coming.
Ooh, and cookies for dessert too.
All of that is coming.
Can I get a bubbling cauldron of chocolate milk? Thanks, Bartholomew. It's gonna be a great dinner. And some potatoes!
Are you done?
I think so. It would have been nice if he brought a menu.
Anyways, what I want to talk about is that how do we know that Orpheus...
The annulin is still annulin.
Well, Annulin's fine. She's Annulin.
I did want to talk about that.
Well,
then-
she was able to get in, and you gave her a password, right? I mean, you gave
Well, I
Annulin
gave you a passcode.
Well, right, but I mean, all
You
of
could
us.
tell anybody that passcode and they could get into my mansion.
But I would never do that.
Because I trust.
Well, thank you. I trust you as well. But I assume that it had something to do with being tied to each of us as well.
No, just Orpheus.
All right, well, that plan goes right out the window then. No, it's very
Ronan told
possible.
me to do that, so I had to not do what he said.
Okay.
So I gave
Annulin,
you passcode instead.
Annulin could be some sort of demon horse.
I'm not. I asked Rodek.
Tell us something that only Annulin would know.
Yeah.
Tell us something that we would know that Annulin would only know.
What? I don't know.
Annulin does say those words a lot. That's kind of her catchphrase.
Oh.
That too. Yep. Uh-huh.
Well, my head hurts.
Anyways, my point is, how do we know Orpheus isn't a villain again? He tried to kill us. Apparently he still has magic. We don't know if he's good or not. And he's sleeping upstairs. He would come down and kill us all.
He could certainly try. I'm pretty sure we would just dispatch him immediately. Ow.
Right.
You okay?
In our
I'm
sleep.
fine, thank you.
While we sleep, he would come in and light us on fire.
Well, that would be awful to do in somebody else's house.
And Annulin and I barely sleep as it is, so we'll keep an eye on.
Well, in your trance or whatever.
Oh, you know what we could do?
You don't have to say it like that. It's not weird.
He's
Pretty helpful. Saved me a few times.
all I'm saying.
I could
I
remove
mean, like
his
a high
door.
percentage of the population on Avantris does it.
What?
That's fair. Fair point.
Trances.
What I'm saying is that in my sleep, he might do that.
We won't let that happen. I'll keep an eye on it.
You could not sleep.
Why do you think that he would do that anyway? You saw how hard he was fighting.
But we don't know if he's beaten it. We don't know what it
So
was.
let me get this straight. Orpheus has been our friend,
Okay.
literally saved your life before he died, right? And he just has one bad night, and you're ready to turn on him?
I'm not saying I want to turn on him.
But randomly, a horse eats Annulin, and then follows us to my house.
I turned into a horse. I didn't get eaten.
He could do that now. Turn into a chipmunk.
Speaking of which, can't you tell us that horses don't eat people?
Oh, yeah, and horses don't eat
That's
people.
not what Wendell told me.
Well, I can't say that conclusively.
The mayor?
What? No, my horse, my pony.
Your horse told you that
I
that
think his
horses
name
don't
is
eat
now Wendell Pony.
that
Or
they don't.
Pony Wendell.
Wait, so Wendell told you that
Wendell
horses do
Pony.
eat people?
Yes.
Can you talk to Wendell?
No.
I think we're okay.
I think we're fine.
Well, he's not going to eat any of you.
I'm also with
That's
Rodek
true.
on this one. We're not turning on Orpheus. I think it's just worth being a little cautious and making sure that he's all right, and that he isn't going to turn on us and burn us all in our sleep.
Do you want me to get rid of his door?
No, I don't think that's necessary. I just think we have to take turns watching. I'm happy to stay up for half of the night.
I'll just sleep in that room. And then
That's
if
fine,
it's going to
too.
burn any of us to a crisp, it'll be you.
Clearly, he was the one that took us wherever we went, or our minds. Did we physically leave the mountaintop, or did we just imagine it all? I don't know.
Doesn't
I've-
feel like we imagined it.
And I said it once, and I'll say it again. We're not even sure that it was real. That any of it was real. That was even Orpheus.
Yeah, it was really strange because I went back in time and I saw the day that I met Baba Yaga for the first time.
You did?
And I wanted to kill my family. But I didn't.
You wanted to kill your whole family.
Yeah, because the day I told them about her, when she told me I was special and really awesome and totally cool, which is true, I told my family and they didn't believe me. That's what happened in real life. But when I saw it again through Orpheus's head eyes, vision face, I don't know. When I saw it through Orpheus's vision face, after they were making fun of me, I wanted to kill them all. But I didn't, because I thought that would be really bad to kill your family.
Well, I mean, those must have just been dreams.
Well, I obviously didn't do it like that, because my dad wasn't even there when I told them. I just told my siblings.
Well, again, that it was just a dream.
What
obviously.
other visions did you see?
What?
What else did you see?
Well, all the ones with you, that was the only one that you weren't there for.
All right. At the end of the day, someone or something did all of that. Whether it was Orpheus or otherwise. I'm concerned because I think that he made a deal or accepted power from something he clearly doesn't understand.
Right, that makes two of us, you know?
And we don't know what kind of hold whatever it is still has on him. Before he passed out, after it was all done, he can still make flame.
Well, what if we just, swaddle him really tight like a baby, and then when he wakes up, he won't be able to snap?
I don't think that will solve our long-term problem of what do we do with Orpheus now? We only brought him in the first place because he didn't have any power, and now he does.
Can we let him go away?
Well, I was hoping that before that nightmare happened, that he would be able to accompany us and help us out. If he has powers and he's willing to use them for good, that's a boon in our favor.
I agree.
But now I'm not so sure. Vandrus of another day might suggest we just cut his thumbs off. But I guess I'm not that Vandrus anymore.
Yeah, and if we don't want to cut him off, we can cuss him out.
We could do that.
Make them so scared they won't work.
His thumbs?
Yep. If you make his thumbs scared, then he can't use his hands no more.
Everybody knows that fear goes straight to the thumbs.
Yep.
Well, when he wakes up, we need to interrogate him, and we need to understand exactly what happened, how he came back alive, what he went through. I know he said it was whispers, and he doesn't really know, but...
Well, I don't think that we'll have to interrogate him like the days of old. We don't have to rough him up. We just have to make sure that he understands and appeal to him in a way that is very convincing that he has to tell us what's going on.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'll dispatch him out.
You okay?
Yeah, yep, just a
I
little
just don't
sore.
know if we're going to get any different answers than earlier.
Well, we gotta give him a chance.
Yeah, I think Annulin's right. We have to
Yep,
give him
me
a chance.
too.
All right.
So, that aside, because that's the problem for future us, what are we going to do tomorrow?
I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow.
You know, like,
You
there
don't
are
know.
all of these giants that are just destroying the forest, but then Annulin's mom's also out there, so what do we do about Annulin's mom? And then...
We have to get back to Piccolo first. And once we get back to the camp and just reassess what's going on, we can set out first thing. And make haste and try to catch up with Annulin's mother.
Do you think it's possible that Wendell killed Piccolo?
I don't think that's possible, considering that Piccolo is a nearly 7-foot-tall bird with
Yes,
razor-sharp talons.
But I have reason to believe that Wendell is an Oni pony.
I don't know what that means.
Uh-oh.
About the giants
And Wendell.
and Wendell, but mostly the giants.
I think he's in league with the giants.
I don't
That would be awful.
know if that's true.
Well, if he's an Oni pony, that's the only thing that explains it.
At this point, clearly, there's some grander plan going on, and we can't even begin to understand it. And, we saw the strength of a couple fire giants. And I know frost giants, and even they're not coordinated like this. They'll raid in smaller groups, and they're deadly. And it's a massive, massive threat, but this is an entire army. And they're marching away from us right now.
Yep.
How do we stop it? I couldn't even begin to even formulate a plan.
We have to catch up first. I mean, that's all we can do in the meantime, and take things one step at a time.
That's exactly right.
But until we actually get closer, we can't...
Well, we should at
form any
least
kind
have
of
an
plan.
idea of what we're going to do with Annulin's mom, because we can't let her go that way. And she's probably going to want to head straight for Annulin's brother, and we know that's not a good idea. So we have to figure out a way to convince her to not go over there.
What do you think your mother would want to do?
Well, I don't know. She was pretty fired up in here. Which was pretty cool. I don't know.
When she ran off, did they go down to the camp or did they go
they're at
after
camp.
the army?
They're at the camp.
Okay.
You were able to see that group as well off in the distance, probably. But yeah, they were at the camp.
I don't know. I guess when we talk to her tomorrow, I'll see what she is thinking. But if she asks about my brother, I don't want to tell her where he is.
So do you want her to stay here? Or stay somewhere? And not go with us?
I don't think she'll listen to me one way or the other.
Why not?
Why would she?
If she's going to listen to anybody, ought to be you.
I think I should be listening to her. She's my mum.
But without you, she'd probably bad things right now.
Look, we've been through a lot, and we're able to make decisions ourselves, and that includes you. So I think you should think about what you want, and at the very least talk to her. She may listen to you. I think she would.
I'll talk to her. I don't know. I don't think she should come with us. And if my brother's that way, I don't want to, but I'll lie to her. I don't want her to go after him.
I agree with that.
I think that's a great idea.
We can
Lie to
handle
your
that.
mom. Yep. Lie to everybody's parents.
Well, just my mum for now, and maybe case by case later.
Yeah, but if you ever meet my parents, lie to them.
I'll think of something to lie about.
Yep, and whatever they say, they're lying. They don't tell the truth ever. So,
Got it.
especially if it's about me. It's a lie.
Well,
Oh, look, it's my cauldron of chocolate milk. Yum.
In my head, there was no straw there, and you were just channeling a force of chocolate milk up out of the cauldron.
Jesus, Lord Almighty, help us.
it was our food.
I kind of like push the plate of food away from me and just like sip on the ale.
Well, either
Is it
way,
delicious?
Very much so.
it's very good.
This ale is fantastic. Goes well with my stiff
Yeah.
drink.
I'm glad you like it. I've never seen a stiff drink before.
Neither have I.
That's pretty stiff.
I will keep that in mind next time.
It's as stiff as it gets. Either way, I suppose all of that's a problem for tomorrow. We should rest.
Yeah. But who wants to go swimming?
Swimming?
Yup. I got the pool.
Is it any kind of, is the water hot? That would be really
It
nice
could
on my
be.
muscles. Yeah, that would feel
Do you
fantastic.
want to put bubbles in it?
I could go for a little bit of a dip.
Yeah, let's do it.
We're gonna be feeling pretty sore in the morning.
All right.
I'll go.
Yay!
I can supervise.
Are you gonna get in the water?
I haven't decided.
You will do it.
He's just shy about his beard. He doesn't like to get it wet.
Oh,
It takes forever to dry.
do you want to have like a little beard hammock for your face? Just to
Like
keep
a
it out of
little-
the water?
Like a shower cap that goes on your face.
Yeah, you're gonna go around your ears and it will just nestle your beard right there in your neck.
Oh.
Is that a thing?
I don't know.
All
It's
right.
your mansion. It could be a thing.
Yep.
When we get
Bartholomew, please make a beard hammock for Rodak, please. Thanks,
A
Bartholomew.
beard hammock materializes.
When we get to the pool, Vandress's swimwear is the fantasy equivalent of Boomhauer's leopard print speedo.
Yes!
It's the fantasy D&D equivalent of a leopard
Like a
print speedo.
dragon scale
Yes,
speedo.
yes, exactly.
That's amazing.
A dragon scale.
So I'll let Sylvia lead the way to the pool.
Yay, we're going swimming!
And I just lead the way to our
You
pool.
get to the pool.
It's down in the bottom, and it is beautiful. It's outlined with willows. The entire bottom is like cobbled stone and covered in moss. The steps that lead down into the water are these bioluminescent step fungi that lead down into it. There are lily pads all around on it. Occasional croaking of a frog can be heard.
That's awesome. That's exactly
That
what
is
you
my
say.
pool.
Swimming!
And I cannonball
All right, let's give this a try.
in my raccoon onesie.
I'll take my beard and try to like put it in the hammock and put it around my ears. That'll do. I'm gonna need about 5 or 10 minutes
To get into the water?
to doff my arm.
Oh,
That's
okay,
what it's called.
That's fine. You can ask Troublador. He's my pool boy. You can ask Troublador for a bathing suit if you don't have one. Because you're not getting into my pool naked, Rodak. That's just gross.
I wasn't planning on it.
Good.
All right. So I'm gonna like go into the Sylvie Mansion equivalent of the locker room or whatever, and I'll take my armor off, set it down, and I'll ask Troublador for a pair of Rodic appropriate swimming trunks.
He
and put them
brings
on.
a pair of iron swimming trunks. They are definitely made out of metal and would probably rust very easily in a Speedo style.
Okay, you got a Speedo iron.
What wear these? Can you do
Why?
something a little more modest?
Does the carpet match the drapes?
Rodak, those look fantastic.
I'm not wearing
We're
them.
going to match, and I point down at myself, and I'm like, it's very tight. It is extremely tight speedo, and I'm like,
The Speedo's taken away and a pair of iron boxer shorts are brought out.
Are they like
Swim trunks.
rigid iron?
Yes.
Can dwarves swim?
They're held like with
Probably, I
these
don't know.
belts on the.
I
on
picture
the
them
side.
like bulldogs.
I'll like just put my legs through and just like ease it up. Do I have a feeling like they're gonna stay on?
Yeah,
Or
they're
just
like
follow
they're
me.
like belts that you can tighten, almost like a
I think it's gotta
airplane
weigh
belt.
like 100 pounds.
It does. It's very heavy. It too looks like it will.
I'm
it
gonna
will
like
rust
fashion
quickly.
them as like suspenders, just so that it stays on. All right, let's try this. Ugh, it's not very comfortable, but
And as you
Thank
look
you,
in the
Troubadour.
pool, you see that Sylvia is now wearing this green frog outfit that looks like it's made of some kind of
Nice.
material. And I'm swimming around as a frog in my pool.
I'm just gonna walk in up until the point where, like, I feel like it's chest height, and I'm just gonna stand there.
The shallow end is very gnome appropriate, so it's good for you.
Okay, good. Alright, is this working? I don't feel very relaxed. Does anyone else?
It's warm,
I feel
though.
fantastic.
I do too.
I feel some rust. A wee bit of chafing.
Those are the swim trunks you picked.
Should have gone with the Speedo, my man.
You don't have to be body conscious. We know you don't like to get your beard wet.
It's just that I feel like if I walk 2 feet further, I'm going to sink immediately and drown.
You might.
You might.
I'll stay here then. And I'll literally just, like, I'll cross my arms and I'll just kind of, like, feel my trunks start to rust and oxidize.
Lots of bubbles are coming up from the eroding side.
I would just lean on the edge and sink in, lean up against the edge, sink in, and probably look around for one of the invisible pool tenders to bring me another ale. I'd be looking around expectantly. Sylvie, how do I order another ale?
Oh, Walter, please get Vanderson ale and let everyone know that we're ready for bubbles.
And as the ale floats its way towards you, you see all of these metal pipes just start to appear and make their way down into the pool as my invisible servants begin to blow air into the pool, causing bubbles.
Thank you, Walter and Troubadour, or whatever her name was.
Troubadour.
Troubadour, yes. Just like my favorite candy. Troublerones.
Huh.
Can't be Toblerones because of copyright, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Not
Yikes.
sponsored.
Yikes.
Yet.
yeah.
You enjoy the pool, unless there's anything else you'd like to discuss until it's time for bed. And you all make your way to your respective rooms. Anything else you'd like to do before you go to sleep?
Rodek, it takes him about an hour or so to finally get out of his swim trunks because the latches have rusted shut and he can't get them off.
Oh, shit. Oh,
What
are my tools?
Moradin.
Moradin's beer! I'll go in my pack and pull out my blacksmith hammer and just try to, and like a chisel too, and I'll try to just chisel the locks off.
I am going to take the first sleep, if you don't mind. I really need it. Just 4 hours of meditation and I'll be good to go. And then I'll watch Orpheus for the remaining 4 and I'll be up for the rest of the day.
That sounds great.
Is that a good deal?
Yeah, because you have to do the other bit because you're an elf. That's why he's talking to you, not me.
Yeah.
Comes with the territory.
Why do you feel like you need to ask now? I've always done it.
I was just letting everyone know. Okay, good night. And I'm
Good
gonna head into my
night.
room.
Good night! I'll jump in bed.
You do that, and you all settle into bed, and it feels incredible. Not only have you, the time in the volcano in Svarog was not long. But it has been an incredibly long day. Everything that you've experienced has been just completely overwhelming. And to finally have a little bit of levity, a good meal, some fun at the pool with your friends, and then this is Dungeons and Dragons, and a soft, warm bed is just unbelievable. And you feel all of the tension start to leave your body as you settle in and you fall asleep. And as you drift off, Sylvie, you have the most wondrous dream.
Oh no. I'm too exhausted for a dream. I'm still at the
I'm
pool.
going to Sillyville.
You hear the sound of bright hopping jazz as you hear the sound of the crowd bustling about, laughing, telling each other stories as you realize that you're eating. You are at a crawfish bake in the Crawdad quarter of Ogway. And it reminds you of the yearly trips that you would make with your family. And you're not sure how old you are. Maybe it's you. Maybe it was back when you were just in Ogway when you arrived. But you are just devouring a seafood feast as you are grabbing crab legs, lobster claws. You manage to get several things of plates of fish. Some deep fried, some roasted, some in soup in a bread bowl. You remember that, and it is an absolute feast. But something about just the fish that's in front of you is just incredibly delicious. It's almost sweet and bitter.
Ew.
And you eat it and you want to eat more and more and more, and you feel like you can't have enough. You ask for another and another and another, and you keep just eating this roasted fish, and you eat until you're full. You can't eat another bite, and you sit back and you take a look at the roasted fish that's on your plate. And then suddenly all the jazz stops, and around you no longer is the hustle and bustle of a crawfish boil from Ogway. It's just fog all around you. And you see now that the fish in front of you is now nothing but just a skeletal structure, and then the tail and the head. When you see the head, you just could have sworn that it had just been a regular cod head. But you now see it's got this inky, black, slimy, purplish, bluish skin. And where a mouth would be are tentacles, all writhing as if alive. And then flopping over are 3 red eyes in a vertical line staring out. And you see that you've devoured its entire body. And you feel so full, but you feel so good. And you're still hungry. And the fog gets denser and denser and denser all around you. And you lean forward and you grab the tail of this thing and you hold it up, and you see as this fishy, tentacled face stares at you with 3 dead red eyes. You open your mouth and drop it in and swallow. And then you wake up.
What a dream! You know, I don't like the word fog. It's just frog without one of the letters.
You all awaken after enjoying the benefits of a long rest, and you feel very rested. The night in the mansion was exactly what you needed after the harrowing day prior. And you all managed to muster in the whatever kind of breakfast room that there would be in the mansion.
Yeah, just the dining.
Just the dining room, undoubtedly. And you're
breakfast room.
And you are and you're surprised, or I guess I don't know if you would check on Orpheus. So what would you be doing?
Well, I would have been in second shift, so as soon as
you would have been first shift.
I would have been first shift. I'm sorry.
So I would have just been posted up outside his door, listening for 4 hours until sunrise, or I guess whenever time it is for everybody to get up. Because I'm good. I'm good. I got all my sleep in, so I'm just up.
I would say.
I'm fucking wired.
I would say around sunup, you would have heard at the door. Where am I?
I would probably try to go in.
The door would be open, I presume. Mm-hmm. And you see Orpheus just staring up at the ceiling, looking like death. As he tilts his head towards you and he says, "Am I dead?"
Good morning, Orpheus. You're not quite dead yet. You're probably going to be in a lot of pain for a while.
My head hurts.
I believe it. I'm pretty banged up from yesterday as well. Look, don't rush, don't get up, but when you have some time, maybe try to get some food in you, and then we have to have a bit of a chat.
No. Do we really have to?
Yes, we do.
Can we stay in this comfy bed for like a few weeks to a month?
No.
I didn't think so. I just thought I'd ask. Okay, I'll try to rally and join you at breakfast.
All right, if you need anything, just call for us. We'll be in there, all right? I'm gonna leave you alone now.
Thank you.
My eyes will narrow at him as I, slowly shut the door. I keep looking at him as the door gets a little bit more and more close to being...
Miss you already, Vanny Poo.
Click.
Get the fuck out. You hear from behind the door. As you all make your way down for breakfast, you get the sense that you probably have a little bit of time to chat before he rallies and comes downstairs.
Orpheus is awake.
Great. I hooked on a rice, so just talk.
Well, Orpheus is awake. I'm worried that one of our players may die right here at the table.
I breathed a rice.
Drink some water or something. Please, don't.
I breathed a rice. That was very
some water?
unfortunate. I have hot cocoa.
There's probably a rice grain
really
rattling
are
around in
silly.
your lungs right now. If you
Like a pinball machine.
if you inhale enough rice, every time you breathe, it'll probably be like.
I breathed a rice.
It dries out. We can shake you like a maraca.
Like a maraca. Anyway, Orpheus is awake. He seems to be in really rough shape.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I told him to take some time, and I told him that we did have to talk, but I told him that he needs to come get some food and try to
Killer burrito.
get himself better. I don't know. I left him alone. He knows he's alone.
Does he want a bowl of goat meal?
I would not even for a second presume anything like that, because he looked pretty rough.
Oh.
How did he sound? I mean,
Even worse than
did
he
you
looked.
talk to him about... You didn't talk to him?
I told him that we all had to talk to him, but I didn't want him to rush. He needed a minute. He's in a lot of pain, as we probably all are.
Yeah, he can't get out of here, right? Yeah, he could just walk out the door.
You don't think he would just leave, right? I mean, he didn't sound mad.
No,
That
he didn't
we
sound mad. I
beat the
mean, I
shit out of
assumed
him
that I'd
mentally.
hear him coming down the hallway from his room if he tries to leave.
Well, he's wearing those fuzzy slippers I put in his room last night.
Even then, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't just slip by us.
I thought those were just in my room.
Oh, I didn't leave fuzzy slippers in your room. If those were in there, they belong to somebody else, and you're a thief.
I look down and like a swarm of rats uncurls from my feet and runs away.
Fey mice.
Yeah, sorry about that, Annalyn. That's my elusive rat coven.
Oh, well, they were very nice to me.
Yeah,
Very warm.
I'm sure they took some of her blood.
I've got plenty.
384 rats.
I think
Yeah, this is a frat house. A fey rat house.
did he sound like Orpheus? Like he's not possessed or
I mean, he
taken
sounded
control of?
He sounded as normal as Orpheus can possibly sound, which we all know Orpheus is a little off anyway, but don't tell him I said that. The point is, he seems normal at the moment. We just keep an eye on him, let him get him back on his own feet, and then we'll talk to him. There's no reason to jump to conclusions before we've had a chance to speak to him. This is Vandrus who's saying this. Why am I the one who's defending him?
Not. I just want to make sure. I mean, can he walk? Did you even ask him?
I told him if he needed anything to holler. I wanted to give him his space.
Oh,
I'm sure he's fine.
well, guess we'll just sit here
We
quietly.
can all enjoy our goat meal.
Is that
there
what this
goat
is?
in this meal?
Nope. It's just oats shaped like goats. See? Goat meal.
I'm gonna smell it. Does it smell like goat?
Yep.
I'm gonna push that away and sip on my tea.
The spoon was like right in my mouth as I watch Aelin
And
push
you
it
see
away.
there's a hair in it.
I'm gonna put it back, and
Yeah,
then
it's very meaty for oats.
I'll just have tea.
Sure.
Thank you.
Good meal.
You watch as a silver tray makes its way towards you, where there is a piece of parchment with the letter T on it.
Well, you got me again with you and your clever wordplay. Well done.
He means what he meant to say is that he would like some leaf juice.
Oh, hot or cold?
Hot leaf juice.
Thank you.
Brown or green?
Brown.
With cream or without?
Without.
How many lumps of sugar?
None.
Okay, weird. Leaf juice, please, Crumb.
Crumb.
Yep,
That's a lovely name.
thanks.
What happened to Wort?
Bartholomew is the night shift.
As
Your leaf juice.
As the
arrives,
leaf juice
probably.
arrives, you hear a voice that says, "Coffee, black," and you
Hi,
see the shambling shape of Orpheus as he shuffles into the dining room and pulls back a table and just sits down. And he's he's in his bathrobe that had been in his room prior, and he makes no attempt to even address any kind of pleasantries or address what happened previously. He just sits down and kind of looks at all of you.
Would you like some goat meal?
I want nothing that Bartholomew has produced. I'll have my coffee.
That's fine, because Crumb's on the stove
Oh,
today.
if it's Crumb, he's not so bad.
Nope.
No, I don't think I'd keep it down.
How are you feeling?
Unfortunately alive.
Oh. Why unfortunately? It's good to be alive. We're all alive.
I haven't felt this bad since Vandris made it onto the wall of big boys. Oh,
That was a fun night.
How exactly do you feel?
I feel like it's the worst hangover of my entire life times 10, and worse than after that time you guys almost killed me.
Oh,
But I'm still standing, so that's got to count for something.
Yep.
I think so.
I feel like my brain has been bored into and
Oh.
Have you ever breathed in a rice before?
I don't think that's ever happened, no.
Well, I sure hope you never have to, because that's the worst feeling in the world.
We watched it happen. It was pretty bad.
Yep.
Did Crumb do that to you?
No, but I did that to me.
Very
I
well.
started talking when I had a burrito at my mouth.
Orpheus, do you remember anything from yesterday?
Do we really have to talk about that, Annulin? I feel like we covered it. I think that we all saw what happened. I was in a very vulnerable space. It's a little embarrassing and humiliating.
We have reason to believe that there may be some missing details.
Aye. Missing details.
What would be missing? Do you think that, and all of, as you were able to peer into all of my horrific memories, all of these horrible instances that happened in my life, that you want more than that?
Why were you, this old, dead or dying human wizard in a tower connected to Enziri? Why was that you? Do you remember that? Do you have any recollection of that?
I woke up and it was a dream. It was a dream. I was in bed. And then I wanted to kill all of you. I wanted to kill more than I normally do. I wanted to kill all of you very badly, and I thought it would bring me joy and peace and fill the empty void that I thought getting my powers back would also fill. And I thought that would be the right thing to do and would bring beautiful growth and renewal, rebirth, by killing you. It was doing you a favor, really.
You wanted to kill us to bring renewal?
That's what the Whispers told me, at least. And it was very compelling. It was very, very... I mean, if you had been hearing them, I think that you would probably agree. Right? I mean, come on.
All right.
Was there not any brain voodoo on your biz?
If the Whispers told you to jump off of a bridge, would you just do it?
Well, if I was under that same kind of control, then I probably would have done it, yes.
Okay, then. I get his point.
Look, am I the only one thinking it? All right, I'll just say it. You failed to kill us twice now. You failed twice. Look, I'm just saying, for everything that I thought that you were, you failed twice.
You see a look of realization come over his face, and then abject horror. And then absolute venom. Don't ever tell anyone about what happened in my brain.
Well, we'll see.
Why?
That wasn't me. That was somebody else. That doesn't count.
It looked a lot like you. It sounded like you.
Well, it was me, but if I didn't have my cunning or my wiles, I was fighting on your side. I was fighting the thing too. So it failed to kill all of us.
And that's what we need to talk about. What is it? What is this? How did you get your power? You need to give us every last detail of what happened in the time between you being killed by Inziri that happened before our eyes, and you coming back with these purple phoenix magic power things.
Well, from what I can tell, and I've been doing some thinking about this as I lay in bed after unfortunately coming back to consciousness. I thought I was going to be able to sleep easy. Apparently not. On my noodling, I'm certain...
That's a great word, noodling.
Noodling?
I like it.
Feel free to use that one.
No.
It's like a 5 silver piece word.
In what?
In Scorble.
Do I have to give you 5 silver pieces now because you said it?
Yes.
Okay.
5 silver pieces.
He takes it and he's like, oh, okay.
Orpheus.
Yes. What was the question? It's been a long
You
day.
were saying something about poodles.
Noodling.
Yes, yeah.
It was a real phoenix feather. I took it, and I think that's what gave me my powers. It rebirthed me, and the phoenix feather was turned to ash, but I heard the whispers, and I... Ugh. My head hurts so much.
The phoenix feather that you took.
Yes.
Is it purple?
No, it was orange. But then I came back and I was purple fire, and there was the whispers, and obviously I kind of went a little cuckoo bananas there for a little bit. That's for sure. But the point is, I don't know. That's the point.
Oh. That didn't get us very far.
You don't mean us any more harm.
Well, I certainly tried, didn't I?
Well, that's not a good answer at all.
I feel, what better evidence is there?
You didn't answer the question.
I was in a giant wizard tower, trying to burn you all alive in my brain.
But do you still want to do that now?
No.
Well, that's the answer.
Do you think if I had my powers, if I wanted to do that to you all, after I teleported you out of that horrible volcano lair right before it blew, that I wouldn't have just incinerated you all or at least teleported out of here? I could snap my finger and be gone.
You could have tried, but you probably would have failed again.
I keep pushing Evandris. Maybe I will try.
Pushing it, Vandris.
Anyway, I think that Rodek has a valid question, no matter how prickly he may be this morning. I mentioned before that this gave me reminiscence,
I like that word too, reminiscence.
Recollections of our time in Ogway with the Cloven and the things that we dealt with and the deals that we had made, and I was worried that this sounded a little similar. And you said that you couldn't remember what the Whispers said initially, but you said you heard them very clearly while we were in the tower. And I just want to make sure that you cannot for the life of you remember what those Whispers said to you while you were deadish.
They said it was the violet flame.
Fitting.
I'm trying to think if it had a name beyond that. I don't think so. I didn't say. And it had the most beautiful voice.
Did it sound just like me?
No. That would have been awful.
That's not a nice thing to say.
I
offered you my goat meal. I made you a bed full of down feathers. I left you bunny slippers by the door.
I did appreciate that.
You know what it is? You just need to hear my voice more. So, for the rest of the day, I'm not going to stop talking to you. Okay?
I think...
Yep, that's what we're going to do.
I think what I heard was that promise of power, destruction, the beauty of destruction, and with power comes the need to destroy, and from destruction comes new life, better life, renewal, rebirth.
And you couldn't just say no.
It was very tantalizing. I wanted to feel powerful again. I wanted to see if the powers would fill the void inside of me. That's what I thought, that is what I lost, but I'm starting to think that maybe that's not what it was.
Do you still have all of the power that you received? All of it?
Let me try.
Yeah, sure. If it screw anything up, I can make it go away because you're inside of my house. So don't fuck around, whoopies.
Crumb? Can I get like a crumpet? Hold it there. Oh, a crumpet will materialize.
Oh, crumpet.
What you actually get is a pit on the ground made out of crumbs.
Even for me.
Look, you made a crumpet.
What's a crumpet? Oh, a crumpet.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, guys.
Oh my God.
I didn't know it was a crumpet.
So much.
Oh boy.
In my head, it was like, you mean like a bowl? Like,
A big old bowl of crumbs.
I'm getting pink
In one of these days, we need to do a one shot where Andy plays Kelsey.
We can all play each other.
I do not consent to this.
I know Derek does want to run a one shot where we're all
Ourselves. Yeah, that would be fun.
on Earth.
Okay, you know what a muffin is, don't you?
Are you asking me or are you asking Crumb?
Crumb, do you know what a muffin is?
Yeah, Crumb knows what a muffin is.
Could you produce a muffin?
What kind
I'm
of
trying to be dramatic.
Do you want a raspberry muffin, a cherry muffin, a blueberry muffin, a goat muffin? Do you want a chocolate muffin? Do you want a cookie muffin? Do you want
And
a
he
cereal
snaps, and
muffin?
a firebolt it bursts into the side of the room.
What color is the firebolt?
It is a bright orange.
Well, that was really pretty.
Do I remember when he was doing like stuff like that before our time? Was it purple instead
Yes.
of orange?
Yes.
Wait, so when he was Chaos Man?
No.
No, like before all these visions and stuff. Like when we teleported out,
Okay.
and he's like, I still have my power.
So
he was shooting off
Oh,
purple
like
fire.
little, like, sparks.
Yes.
yes.
And I recall that.
Yes.
Did you notice that the color is different now?
Well, it's just like normal fire, but you're right, it's not...
It's not the violet flame.
Well, it's like the old days.
Aye.
Except without the slimy toad business.
Oh, I love slimy toads. Slimy toads are my favorite. I wake up every morning and I lick a slimy toad. That's how I start my day.
Well, I don't recommend turning into a toad abomination.
I was always hoping that my name could be changed to Toad Lickin' Tiffany, but I couldn't change it because, well, there was no one to change names back where I'm from.
There was actually a funny story about that. In one of the towns that we rolled through, there was a well-known tavern woman named Toad Lickin' Tiffany. She was very popular.
I stand up and I just fall on my sword.
I wish I could have
The things
met
you see
her.
when you're in the circus.
Oh, that would have been amazing.
Anyways.
My sister without a blister, Toad Lickin' Tiffany.
I'm trying to piece this all together. It seems like perhaps we cleanse you in some way.
Well,
Got rid of the corruption.
at the very least, maybe we've held it at bay for now. I can't imagine something like that is just gone. I mean, what do I know? I'm just an elf. But
Could you join me in the hallway?
no, Deck. Just whatever you're gonna do, be
I'm
careful.
not going to hurt him. I'm not going to rough you up.
I'm only agreeing because it's Rodek. He
does that
leans
mean?
back.
Where can we go?
I appreciate this. This means a lot to me. You
Do
all
I have my
stay here.
coffee, Crumb?
What? Wait, what's happening? I
You're
wasn't
going to
paying
stay
attention.
here.
Why?
I'm going to take him out in the hallway for like 1 second.
Why?
Well, this is absolute bullshit.
I just want
And
to
I
make...
just kick my feet up on the table and I start drinking my tea.
Okay, that's fine. You can go.
All right. Shall we? And I'll lead him out until we're at like more than 30 feet away from them.
And then I'm going to install a speaker system magically into the hallway so everything that they say just filters into the dining area.
That's fine, Sylvie. I'd like to cast detect good, evil, and good on myself. Concentration of 10 minutes. For the duration, I know if there's an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of me. And I know where the creature is located.
All you sense is the radiating fey energy of the mansion around you. And that is all you detect.
All
Listen,
right.
we can hear them talking now.
Is that it?
You're not some kind of evil beastie
Yet.
and I'll join him back in our seats. All right.
Why'd you even take him out there if you were going to try and talk like all secrety?
No, I just wanted to make sure that you didn't interfere somehow. If you're like half fey, or if your Evangelist counts as undead for whatever reason.
What?
Why?
Why?
Are you?
I'm not undead.
He slept with an
Are you
undead
sure?
chicken.
I'm
So
perfectly
did
alive and well.
Are you undead?
What?
Are you undead?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm just me.
It was just an example. I just didn't want anything to interfere.
You'd tell us if you were, though, right?
No.
Of course.
No, we wouldn't.
I don't think you would either.
I know we wouldn't. I've met him.
If it helps, I don't hear the whispers anymore. And the violet flame, that was its name. Her? He? Yeah, it was very seductive, whatever it was upset. Was frustrated when you all gave me that big old group hug.
Why? Because it wanted a hug too, and we didn't let its tentacles wrap around us in joy and friendship?
I don't think it wants joy and friendship.
Oh.
It wants to destroy. It lives to destroy. It wanted me to want and live to destroy. I mean, I used to.
Did it want us to destroy you?
I think it did.
So that you could be renewed.
Yeah, that's why I
Whatever
told you to
else.
stop fighting him. Because when I was nice to him, he became more Orpheus. And when we were nice to him and we whacked at him, whatever that thing was like happy. Couldn't you feel it? I could feel it.
Well, it could have gone a lot worse then.
So who else had a dream about eating a lot of fish that had multiple eyes?
Excuse me?
Oh, just me? Okay, so you were saying, Orpheus?
I'm sorry, what?
How many eyes?
How many
Just 3,
fish?
but that doesn't matter, Orpheus.
That's
What
one
were
too
you saying?
many.
At least, wait, 3 on one side? Or like 3...
You know, like in a line on its face, and then I swallowed a whole, but whatever. So what were you saying, Orpheus, about something or other? You like dominoes? Me too.
I haven't played dominoes in a long time.
Yeah, same.
Out of character, how much of your dream business have you told us?
Not much.
I tell you about my dream stuff most of the time, I would say.
Lately, in the beginning, not, but basically, there was a point in Ogway where you started telling the
Yeah,
party.
but you always summed it up in a really weird way and like left out a lot of
You're
details.
always like,
and,
like metal teeth, and I don't know.
Here's a rum bottle, eh? So, like, I would say we are aware she has dreams, but the contents are a little muddled.
But, okay.
Yes, to your question, I think you're getting at yes.
Is I would understand that there's significance and not just, oh, it's a wacky dream where I forgot to put my pants on or whatever. Okay.
I did forget to dye my hair!
Which of the fish beyond the 3 eyes? It was a fish.
Why are you screaming at me? I'm the one that had the nightmare.
I know, but that's not good.
Yeah, you're telling me. And you know what? I was eating the fish, right? And I was really hungry. I was ravenous. I was like, I'm gonna eat these fish. I'm gonna eat it all, even the bones. And that's how I felt. And I was eating it. I don't even like fish. And this fish was sweet and pungent at the same time. That's how it was described in my own head by myself. That sounds awful. And I eat some really horrible stuff. I put ketchup in my cereal. That's how gross I am. And I don't even like that kind of fish. And I ate it, and I ate it, and I ate it. And then, and there was all this fun music. And I was hanging out and having a good time and just eating a lot of stuff. And then I was full and I looked down and the fish had the eyes, just like that.
But no, like...
But then I got hungry again.
But other than that,
And
it
he
was
was
a
like
fish.
bony. And I was like... And I ate him again. And I just wanted to consume. Feverishly consume.
If I may.
I make lightning go and thunder boom.
Hide under my napkin.
I don't like this.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
you
like
didn't
this
even have to
either.
have the dream.
I'm glad I didn't have the dream, and I'm sorry that you'd had to go through that.
Well, thank you, Andress.
Did you hear any whispers?
Nope.
Maybe it was really just a dream because we all saw the eyes before. And
We've seen those eyes a lot now.
Yeah, so maybe you was just thinking of it in your brain and you dreamt something. Like just a dream.
Yep, I'm sure that's all it was. It was just a dream. And it's no coincidence whatsoever that those eyes have been haunting us since Deodra.
Out of character clarification for you, Mike. So just because we have with all the different campaigns that we've been playing and all the conversation we've been having at Adventures in Chill, in this campaign, do we know the elder evil that corrupted Guru's egg? Do we know the name?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And we learned that it was clear, and he mentioned it,
Yeah,
right?
it's the hunger below, right?
The hunger
Oh no, did you have some of the goat meal? Sometimes it makes my tongue numb too.
No, I thank you, but I will not be consuming that.
So you were
Okay.
ravenously hungry.
Yep.
And we know who else was ravenously hungry.
Who was ravenously
Guru.
What?
Guru.
The
The
stew?
voracious doom.
Oh, that dragon.
Aye.
What stew?
He said the stew.
Ru-
Well, it was more like grr stew.
Oh.
I don't know.
And
Ask him. He's the one
we
being
know
weird.
that he was not working for Samadhi. He was working for the hunger below.
So, what does that have to do with me eating fish in my dream?
You were hungry.
Sylvie's working for the hunger below.
You were
Am I
ravenous.
working for the hunger below?
I don't know.
How do I find out if I'm working for them?
Laws of friendship, you just have to tell us, right?
Something else too. The fish, before it consumed it, had tentacles coming out of its face.
Oh, I definitely don't like that.
Like where its mouth should be,
No.
it was tentacles. It had tentacle lips.
So it's like the tentacles we saw in the
I'm gonna
tomb
use
of
major
Bokagul.
illusion to make myself look like the horrible
Yeah.
fish with the tentacles.
Yeah. This is not good.
And I'm just gonna sit like that for a good 5 minutes.
This is not good.
I like go away.
And it wasn't your patron, it wasn't... This... That stands to reason, eh? We saw in the carvings in Bokagul's tomb, we saw the egg, presumably Rugarul's egg, with the tentacles around it.
Yep, totally.
So,
Wait, weren't there tentacles in that mine back in Pridefall too? Do you remember where Trey Nazarene got gooped?
there was...
Wasn't there like a pillar or something with tentacles on it?
Aye, there was tentacles and...
We did find a statue at one point.
Yeah, in the very beginning.
Can you describe the statue we found, Mike?
Yes, the
Obsidian?
the statue of of a dark obsidian stone. It was carved into an eel-like fish with 3 eyes in a vertical line, and instead of where a fish mouth would be are tentacles, and that is the shape of that creature.
That's exactly what I've just said.
Yep.
We have a problem.
Yeah, because this thing's been chasing us since the very beginning.
So, Rodek, are you thinking, or are you speculating, that perhaps whatever this thing is that Guru was working for is attempting to contact Sylvie, or some remnant of Guru is attempting to worm its way into her brain?
I don't think it's related to Guru. It
All right.
feels like these things are desperately trying to have influence and corrupt
What things?
The thing.
these evil beings.
Why do you think it's more than one?
Does this violent thing have anything to do with tentacles, or...
I don't know, but it appears where the tentacle stuff appears.
I don't know.
We certainly can't count out the possibility that something is related.
No, I don't know. It sounds just as weird as all your other dreams, Sylvie. It sounds the same to me. Why is it any different?
Well, isn't that further Rodek's theory? I mean, there
His
were...
old grandma trying to talk to her.
What about my grandma?
Why would that be any different? They all sound really bizarre. What's the difference of old fishy versus any teeth or anything else?
I don't know. I think that they're all significant because I had the dream, and I'm significant.
But why do we think this is any more alarming than any of the other weird dreams that you have? Is my point.
They were things that, I don't want to call it premonition, but more or less
Well, I
things
think-
that we've encountered.
The most scariest thing about it is that we just saw that 3-eyed fish thing last night inside your head.
Hey.
We
Did
all
you
saw it, not just Sylvie.
At
Did
the
you
very
see
end.
it too?
I did.
So there's something going on.
It was deep, though. It felt like a lot of pressure and stillness and darkness. Deep.
And we're seeing...
Well.
There are whispers. And
And
you know,
whispers.
when we first started our journey, the Coven of Whispers, they were whispered to. And we found that beating heart in their chambers.
Oh, dear God, Dobro's brain is melted out his ears by now.
And we saw statues with tentacles and 3 eyes. It all seems connected to me.
Oh, no, Dobro
This
must
is
be dead.
very familiar.
Why do you think that?
I made him touch the heart. And surely he's just a gibbering mess by now.
That is where old Azran got slooped, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is exactly what the artifact that he took with him what it looked like. Huh. How about that?
Yeah, it's really interesting.
Well, at least he finally got what he deserved. Feels like fate that way, you know?
You think he's just dead?
Why would you say that?
What do you mean? He had it coming.
I think you're just tired. You're a little grumpy today.
I'm just very real. I just had a very near brain death or horrible possession by spooky fire demon experience.
I hope he's not dead.
See, anyway, that was my dream.
And there was nothing else beyond fish. Anything at all?
I don't know. No?
Did you all dream anything?
No.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
But
You
maybe
don't.
Orpheus is right. Maybe it's Baba Yaga trying to warn you or tell you something.
Have you ever thought of maybe asking her for help?
I don't know how.
Sure. Maybe the book?
Well, how would you have asked Titania for help?
Oh, I used to just speak into the air and hope she was listening in on me.
Maybe you could try that.
I don't know. I just feel like... I don't know.
Okay.
I could try one of my spells, though.
Well, that's a really good idea. Why didn't we think of that first?
I don't know. I could try contacting another plane.
Well,
Yeah.
I feel a little bit better now. And so, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to use the powers that I've gained. If
Do you
don't-
want to be here when I contact Baba Yaga?
No, I'm just going to do this really quick. And he just levitates. I'm flying now. And he folds his arms and crosses his legs in the air, and his
That's
tail is
awesome.
swishing, and he just kind of rises up into the air.
That's nice.
That's really
Oh, I
cool,
miss
like
this so
that.
much.
I turned into a horse yesterday.
Oh, you did?
I carried you.
I didn't know you could do that.
I didn't either.
Why did you do that before?
I couldn't.
Oh. It would have been very handy while we were charging through the Svarog and those wide roads.
Turns out it wasn't very handy up on the little narrow peak on the mountain.
Oh, in the mountains, no. What
that
kind of
was
horse were you?
terrible. Probably slowed us down like
Yeah,
by half.
probably. Yeah, no, horses, no, they don't do very well on anything but
It was a
roads.
big horse,
Oh,
too. It was like the worst
that was
choice.
absolutely the worst choice you probably could have picked.
Oh, yeah. Well, lessons learned.
Well, we all have to learn. I mean, I've been there. I got my powers from horrible, disgusting toad statue,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
a horrible, disgusting phoenix feather. That was actually an elder thing, apparently.
Yeah, we should work on that with you.
Yeah.
You seem like just drawn to horrible, disgusting things.
It does happen these ways, but I'm not complaining. He spins around a little bit.
Are you ready, Sylvie?
Are you able to try?
Are you talking to me? I'm writing my book.
Oh,
Just
Well,
give her
we
a
were,
moment.
yeah.
Maybe.
Well, what question do you want me to ask?
I don't know. I was just suggesting maybe seeing if she could help in any way. Tell her that you need help.
Well, I think that I can only get yes, no, maybe, never, irrelevant, or unclear as my answer.
All right. That narrows it down a little.
Yep.
Ask her if she sent you the vision. Maybe.
Ooh. Having confirmation would at least be
Of the fish. Last night.
Yes, the
Not
dream.
just like any old vision.
right.
The vision.
That specific dream with the fish and you being hungry and eating it.
I'm just writing it down.
Take your time.
It's pretty smart.
Okay. I'm gonna need a minute to cast this spell.
Certainly.
Okay, goodbye for a minute.
And for a minute, I'm going to cast my spell.
You take a minute. How does it work?
I mentally contact a demigod, the spirit of a long-dead sage, or some other mysterious entity from another plane. Contacting this extraplanar intelligence, constrain or even break your mind. When you cast the spell, make a DC intelligence saving throw.
No, you've done this before.
Oh no.
I believe I do fail.
Oh, God.
Twist mayhaps!
Kind of want to let this one run.
Yep, nope, I fail. I'm going to let this one ride.
Oh boy.
So that's gonna suck for me. But it might also be kind of cool. I'm gonna take a bunch of damage.
Oh, Jesus.
Can't take
Psychic
that
damage.
Can't take that much.
It's not that much. It's not that much. It's only 17.
That's not too
Not
bad.
bad.
I mean, that's a good chunk, but it's not horrible.
It could be worse.
Yeah, it's a small price to pay to speak to Baba Yaga.
Yeah. And it would make sense that she would
Rack your
bitch
brain a
slap
bit.
me. Oh, and I'm insane until I finish the
So we noticed nothing. We noticed no difference, no change.
Oh, this sucks. While insane, I can't take actions. I can't understand what other creatures say.
Yeah, let's twist this.
I can't read, and I speak only in gibberish.
Yeah, we're gonna let's twist
A
this.
greater restoration spell will end this on me.
You have greater rest
I have
up.
lesser restoration.
Oh, and because I fail, I can't do the spell.
Let's twist it. We're gonna twist it. Here we go. You're gonna roll another one. Roll it. That's why they're here.
Okay, I bet.
Yeah, that's a little too extreme.
Yeah,
But we
that's
don't
a
need
little
Sylvie out for multiple sessions.
Okay, so on a successful save, I can ask the entity 5 questions.
Oh.
Oh, Baba Yaga, it's your best gal, Sylvie, also known as Sylvester Flickerwicket, but don't tell anybody. I have 5 questions for you, oh great Baba Yaga. Am I your favorite Sylvie?
What? That wasn't what we agreed upon.
Well, she has 4 more.
Oh, dear lord.
She can't screw it
I
that
feel
bad.
like we should have helped.
Oh, no.
Well, she's a personal relationship with Baba Yaga.
I know, but maybe just,
She's responding. She's responding.
What can I respond with?
Yes, no, maybe, never, irrelevant, or unclear. If a one-word answer would be misleading, you might instead offer a short phrase as an answer. It is really up to the DM's discretion. You do you, boo-boo.
Something moves at your hip as you cast this.
Ooh, my hip's moving.
And suddenly something flies into the air, and you notice that the gnarled chicken foot is levitating.
Oh.
And you hear a drip of putrid ink drop onto the table as it drips from one of the claws of this relic.
I don't like this idea anymore.
It floats over to the book, and on the page it begins to scrawl a CH, a child of her grandmother's love.
See, that's a yes. Oh,
That's really
great
nice.
Baba Yaga. Is mold your favorite color?
Oh, no.
We're gonna really screw this up.
At this point, I'm just looking at Orpheus like, how could we let this happen?
Perhaps you should save the rest of them and we'll all converse.
I'm currently working on my spell, Rhoda. Please turn around.
It levitates.
Oh gosh.
Irrelevant.
Okay. Oh, great Baba Yaga. Do you have an unusually large big toe?
Oh.
I just slam my head on the table with a loud thunk.
This is really important. Be quiet, Rhoda.
It levitates, and it scritches out in very quick motions. N-O. Period.
That's what I thought. Don't worry. I figured as much. Oh, great Baba Yaga. Did you send me my dream last night?
She did it.
It levitates and meets the page. Y-E-S.
Okay. Oh, great Baba Yaga. Is the Thorn Mother an enemy?
What are the options I can give?
yes, no, maybe, never, irrelevant, unclear, or whatever the DM would like to tell me.
The chicken foot hesitates.
Go on.
Y-E-S.
I knew it.
Thank you so much. You're
Period.
great, Baba Yaga. I promise I won't bother you again unless it's very, very important. Thank you. That was so cool. We learned something really interesting. It's irrelevant whether mold's your favorite color or not. Who would have thought? I thought it was super important.
Oh, you did a really good job.
Thanks.
I was nervous at first, but so we know it was her now. And that stupid Thorn Mother. I knew she was bad news.
I'm sorry I didn't ask you about that question first, but I thought about it after I was thinking about the mold, and before we were thinking about her big toe, well, we, as in me, was thinking about her big toe, and I just didn't have time to ask it to you.
I'm glad you did. I'm glad you asked.
Well, I think we have a lead.
Yep.
We have to find your brother. Because he can probably get us access to that Thorn Mother.
He could, but he probably won't.
Well, we might be able to convince him.
Yeah,
You can't cut off his fingers.
I'm
No,
not going to do
no,
anything
but-
violent.
But if we have a way of knowing that she's a Fae thing, then maybe because I'm a Fae thing, we could use that as leverage.
At the end of the day,
thought.
if she ends up being our only hope in helping defeat the fire giants, or at least keep them at bay, well, we do what we have to do to stop the immediate threat. But after that, well, I don't know. I guess we know what we have to do.
Yeah.
But how are we going to do it? We have a whole army between us and her.
Well, we have to get back to Piccolo and Rambi and the others.
If they're even
Wendell.
okay.
And Wendell, of course, I'm sure
And
they're
Leo,
fine.
Donardo,
My only
DiCaprio,
pony.
DeKitty.
Oh no.
I can always just teleport us there.
I should have asked
Oh.
Baba Yaga if my pony really is an Oni pony.
Well, you can teleport us where?
To Mako.
Well, if
Why?
we could figure out if our animals are all right and everything's good there, you might not even have to speak to your mother. Unless we go, talk to her, and then Orpheus whisks us away. I mean, this saves so much time.
Yep.
It does.
What are we going to do once we get there? That the leader of your people is a villain.
Well,
And
we're gonna do what we always do. And I jump up on the table and
To
I
be
draw my
fair-
sword and I say, we're going to fight! Ah, damn it!
Oh, you're such a big, strong man, Vanny
still
Poo.
hurt?
No, not another word,
That's
Orpheus.
very heroic looking. It's a good look for you.
What happened to your arm?
I'm just sore from whatever happened in his brain.
Do you have vein worms?
No, and I will never, ever have any kind of vein worm or frog or any creature in my
Are you
veins
sure?
ever
'Cause
again.
Vein worms, they get in your veins and they eat your veins until your veins don't exist no more.
I'm sure.
You know how you can tell if you have vein worms?
How?
Open your mouth and let me see what it looks like on the inside.
No, fool me once. Shame
No,
on
I
you,
mean
fool
it.
me twice.
I mean it, if you got vein worms somehow, there's only one way to cure it.
He
and that's
only
with
has
my
been egged.
flute.
They're not worms, they're toads. Slotty.
The point is, we can do this. We can do what we're good at. Carving our way into battle and saving the day.
We can at the very least warn them that there's a massive army coming.
Amulet.
Sure, that, but we'll help.
Yeah, so I think the Vandrus has vein worms. So when his head starts pulsing and it eventually explodes and it turns into just a pile of wiggling worms.
Excuse me, what?
Just know that I tried to save him, but he wouldn't let me look in his mouth.
That's not gonna happen. Ronak, that's
I'll remember.
tell her she's being ridiculous. She's being ridiculous, right? That's not going to happen.
That's one of the side effects of swimming in my pool.
Well, then we all have it.
No, not necessarily.
What do you mean?
I'll say it's probably ridiculous. Odds say that that's true, but
Sylvie, I don't have flame worms.
Probably. I'm looking for a bit of more of a vote of confidence than probably.
Well, given that Sylvie said it, it's probably not necessarily 100% accurate.
That's not a very nice thing to say. It's most definitely not 80% accurate.
All right, that's fine.
For now, I'm going to take my chances.
I'm sorry.
Me too.
So, once we finish this
Oh no.
beautiful meal, are we just gonna leave, go say goodbye to all the cowboys and lizards and dwarves, and then we'll take off? Is that what you want to do? Is that what you're saying?
I assume if Annulin has a conversation with her mother and we all feel ready to go, why not? Right? Anyone? Anyone?
I want to go to adventure. I want to do fun things.
As do I.
I'd like to find out what the dwarves and the yak folk plan to do now.
And also, I'm not going to be the one to tell the dwarves that we didn't get their hammer.
Yeah, Roddick's gonna have to do that.
I'll tell them.
Vanders won't be able to because there's gonna be a mass of wiggling worms at that point.
Well, either way, it's a work in progress. These things don't happen overnight. We'll continue to hunt him. This isn't the first time that a mark may have gotten away, and we have to keep going after it. This is standard bounty hunter stuff. Standard hero stuff, right? Standard.
Well, I'm gonna go get my things.
Okay, goodbye.
Thank you for leaving my bag in my room, even though I was dead. I appreciate that.
You weren't dead.
I guess it was only briefly.
That you were dead?
Mhm.
Last night?
Yesterday. That was a long day.
Yeah.
When I burned alive, yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, that wasn't in my house, Orpheus.
But you didn't get rid of my stuff.
Why would I? That'd be so mean.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you. Other
yeah,
people that
sure.
I've stayed with, oh, this guy's dead. We're going to sell all of his stuff.
I'm really
Have
nice.
you ever, partied with carnies? They get pretty nasty.
No,
How
but
many
I'm
times
really
have
nice.
you died?
Just the once that I'm aware of.
Oh.
Unless I died 8 million times in the sea of stars in the span of an instant.
Probably shouldn't joke about that.
I think you should go pack. You're kind of a downer today.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm not ha-ha clown juggler boy. I'm not in the circus anymore, Annulin.
We should go.
Yeah, I want to go now.
I'll be right back.
Do you think Baba Yaga was happy that I messaged her?
I do.
Probably.
She scratched such nice things with her chicken foot.
I know. Especially about a big toe.
I imagine she wants to help you as well. You're obviously doing something for her that she can't do herself. So she would want to provide you with help, I would think.
So we're just waiting for Orpheus, and then we're going to peace out of here?
I'm going to go collect my things.
Yeah, I'm ready when everyone
You
else
could
is.
always just have Crumb do it.
I need to get my armor on. It's a whole process. I'll go do it myself.
Okay, goodbye.
I'll go back to my room and I'll get totally suited up, ready to go, get fully armed.
You all manage to gather your things, and unless there's anything else, you all are able to leave the mansion,
Goodbye, house.
and
I'll
the
see you
house
later.
blinks out of existence, as it always does.
Shaboop?
Shaboot. Shaboot me into a hoop.
Orpheus is there. He's got his pack that he's been carrying with him since Skullhaven, and he does all the same outfit that he was reborn in, but still violent. But it doesn't seem to be causing him any possessions. So he looks at all of you and says, "Well, I would kind of wish I wasn't conscious for the hike down here. This is going to be terrible."
We'll make do. It's not that far.
Okay, lead the way.
All right.
And you all make your way down. As you see that the camp gets larger and larger in your field of vision, as it looks like some of the regiments of troops are starting to form ranks and getting ready to move out. You see that the great fields of the great fields of the valley have been spread out with grazing Manchu beasts, the great lizard mounts of the yak folk, and they're all starting to be corralled together and getting ready to ride out relatively soon. And you see that there are still a number of tents set up that seem to be of really rigid lines and hard angles that are very clearly dwarven, with a structure built in the center of this ring, an angled ring, really a hexagon of a formation of a small town almost on the plains here. And you see that the structure that's been arisen is actually of incredibly fine make, and it almost looks like a building in a village that's been erected almost overnight. And you see a number of the higher ranking military personnel that you may have seen previously going in and out as you get closer and closer. However, in between you and the camp, you see off in the distance a little orange shape, and it blows a horn as soon as it hears as it seems to see you. And it points, and then you suddenly hear like almost a thunderous stampede as you see a swarm of orange as just the entire mass of the fire newt army begins to charge in your direction. As they all swarm and slither as a mass, almost looking like a lizard itself as they make their way towards you. And as you make your way closer and closer, there's only probably about a mile left until you're at the camp, and it's right over there. And you are entirely surrounded by these fire newts. They're all looking at you with large eyes. And you remember that there had been a baron that led them, and you do not see him present. You're not sure if he survived the battle. But you see as they are hauling these large bags, and they seem to be made of this of strange hide or maybe stomach lining. And you hear kind of Randy Kong, Randy Kong, Randy Kong as they begin to all swarm, and they get louder and louder, and they all begin to kind of swarm around you, and you're surrounded as this massive sea, and very dwindled from the force that had arrived at this battle. But they then all stop, and in almost voices in unison kind of call out, "Chosen of Vandy Kong!"
Hello, fire newts.
Now. Please, everyone rise. Vandy Kong sends his regards, but please, you can cheer more if you'd like. We certainly wouldn't say no. It's very good to see all of you again.
And one kind of looks around, and then like they're all looking at each other, and then one kind of gets pushed forward. "Chosen of Vandy Kong, we have defeated fire giants. As promised, we wish to see Vandy Kong. We have brought offering for his greatness."
Oh, you want to see Vandy Kong? Well,
yes, as was promised before the great battle, where Baron Geddix lost his life for Vandy Kong. For Vandy Kong.
Oh no. Well,
Okay.
A great sacrifice.
That might be tough to do right this second. We can, we have some things to attend to. We can send a message to Vandy Kong, see how he's feeling. Maybe he can pencil you in, and then might show up. How's that sound?
I'm gonna cast polymorph on Vanders and turn him into a giant ape.
I don't think they want to see that happen right in front of them.
What color is he going to be?
There goes the charade, as they say.
I'm gonna make him a giant red ape, so he looks like he's an ape on fire.
Okay, cool. So you remember that he was bathed in the blood of, he looked like a molten orangey reddish ape.
Yeah.
So you try to replicate that. I need you to make a deception check.
Oh boy.
Well,
They're really stupid, though, right?
I've always wanted to just smash a whole bunch of fire newts.
Oh no.
Might have to.
15.
15? They all step back, and they all are completely taken aback as a massive giant ape emerges right where Vandris was standing. Orpheus has to jump back. He was only like a couple feet. He's like, oh my god.
Almost as if from nowhere.
Almost as if from nowhere. A massive red and orange furred gorilla emerges in Vandris. You suddenly feel your mind revert back into the familiar feeling.
Oh.
As the fires, Vandikong, our chosen of Vandikong, avatar of Vandikong. Oh, that makes sense. Yes, makes sense. Oh man, I wish I could have been avatar of Torgrod. And he gets gutted immediately. No Torgrod, only Vandikong.
I still love them.
He bleeds out horribly, and he's in the back. And
He's in the back. Oh god!
As I'm here, I'm howling, and there's molten lava and fire and red fur going everywhere.
Thank you for that.
And you see as he does a flip.
I do a monkey flip.
A full back monkey flip as he slams on the ground, and immediately they drop to their knees and raise their arms. Oh, Vandikong! What is your great divine message of fire, Vandikong?
Oh, Vandikong, say, fire newts good! And I do another roar, and then I slam the ground. I do some monkey trouble slam on the ground a few times.
Ooh, very nice.
Do a performance check at advantage.
Gee, I don't know what the monkey's performance check is.
Use your own.
Well, that's gonna be. I don't even need to roll for this.
At advantage, too.
Performance, you say?
And people.
That's gonna be a 28.
28, okay. They are loving it. They
hate it.
Oh, Vandikong!
31, sorry.
I always hated Torgrod. I knew Vandikong was coming. As they are just losing their minds, and they start to they're now passing up all of these bags and bags and bags and bags. And they start to skitter forward and drop it at your feet. And they're dropping it at your feet, bag after bag after bag, and they are heavy. You hear the clinking of coins within. As they
I take like a giant monkey finger and I start to like try to open up the bags a little bit and see what's inside.
You do that, and your rough finger manages to get one open, and you see it's filled with gold pieces, hundreds of gold pieces.
Oh my.
And you can poke around and you see bits of platinum too in there.
What?
As they begin to just pile this great offering before you.
Oh, it turned out Vandikong love gold. Oh, but Vandikong think maybe fire newts need some of the gold.
Now, we only need blessing of Vandikong to live. We love Vandikong.
I love it.
All we need is Vandikong's approval and blessing.
Vandikong want worship and gold. And then Vandikong pushes the gold back towards the fire newts. Fire newts do good. Fire newts take victories and spoils.
and they look around, and then the one who got pushed to the front kind of looks up at you with his huge amphibious eyes, and he says, "Are we supposed to take the gold back?"
Take gold, revel in victory.
We keep the gold! Vandikong gold for us! Oh, thank you, Vandikong! So generous! We are rich! Oh, rich with Vandikong gold! Rich with Vandikong gold! They start tearing apart the bags and throwing the coins around. They're celebrating. And the one in front looks forward and says, "But we have And the greatest offering of all, Vandy Kong. We figured out what a great magma ape would want. Do you wish for our offering, Vandy Kong?
Yes,
A great relic.
Ooh. I lean in closer. The giant monkey leans in closer.
And he nods back, and then you hear all of them go, Vandy Kong, Vandy Kong, Vandy Kong. And you see some movement in the back. As you see, there's almost like a line as something starts to get past. And there's a glint in the morning sun. As you start to catch it, and you see that it is a large crystalline object. It almost looks like an egg. But as it's getting past overhead, and you actually start to see that it's actually a carved idol of what looks maybe made of like some sort of crystal, and it's the shape of a coconut. As it starts to get passed over, and then
I just hold out my giant monkey palm.
The one at the lead takes it, and he grabs it, and he strains as he then puts it on top of your hand. For Vandy Kong, great crystal coconut of ancient power. Fit for a magma ape king, god of fire, Vandy Kong. Good.
I like
then fire newts. Good.
I look at it with my simian eyes, and they sparkle, and I go, ooh, 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 and I just kind of look to Rodek. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh.
Oh, he likes it.
Thank you, Fire Newts. Fire Newts good. Fire Newts bring worthy tribute. And I hold it way up into the morning sun so that it like glistens and gleams.
Fire Newts good. Yeah, Vandy Kong likes our offering. Vandy Kong, Vandy Kong, Vandy Kong.
And then I gently put it down next to me as to not crush any of the Fire Newts with this very large crystal coconut. And then I just kind of I sit down, boom, and the ground
they all kind of bounce off and bounce back down. What do we do now, Vandy Kong? What is your next will?
Vandy Kong say, Fire Newts rest for now. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Back to Hot Springs?
Fire Newts back to Hot Springs. Ooh.
Yes, Vandy Kong! Hot Springs! Oh, it's been so long! We get to go back! Oh, we get to go home! Oh, man, Baron Gaddix would have loved to see this! Vandy Kong! Oh, he liked our offering! Yay, Vandy Kong! And they're all reveling, throwing gold at each other and platinum, and then they all turn, and then the one at the front turns and says, Thank you, Vandy Kong! We will rest! Fire Newt's good! Vandy Kong, God of Fire! And he turns, and they all start stampeding away.
They need a band t-shirt.
As they all begin to start charging away, and you see that there are many of them on their strange bird-like reptilian mounts, but most of them are on foot as they thunder and they swarm and they slither away back towards the southwest in the direction where you had killed Torgrod so long ago.
Vandrus want to be Vandrus again.
I'll drop the spell.
I will never get used to that.
I made them really happy.
Yeah, well, what the hell are we going to do with this giant diamond crystal thing?
I don't know.
I almost wanted to just give it back to them, but I didn't know what to do, and
I think that would have been rude.
you're probably right.
Do you think it's actually magical or just
heavy?
Big?
Hells if I know. I'm just an elf.
Should I take a look?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. They weren't kidding around. This thing is pretty powerful.
The crystal coconut. This large crystalline sculpture in the shape of a coconut hums with ancient power. Once per day, up to 5 creatures may dance around it in reverence for 1 minute. Upon completion, each creature gains the ability to spend a bonus action to heal 3d8 plus 5, plus an additional 1d8 for each creature that joined the ritual. What? This power lasts until the creature completes a long rest. The coconut regains this property each dawn.
That's amazing.
This is amazing. I just don't know how we're going to carry it.
Is it roughly bigger or smaller than a green dragon egg? A green and black dragon egg?
A little smaller.
so we could put it in our pack.
Well,
Of course.
there's a nice spot still for it.
Can you imagine if I had given this back to the newts? What a moron!
I was, Vandris, if this whole hero thing doesn't work out, you could always join the circus. That was impressive. That was a good performance. You're at least a good gibbering moronic ape.
Well, thank you. Wait a minute.
Yeah, you're really convincing that you're stupid.
That's what I was saying.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Sylvie.
Oh, I'm finally starting
I've
to feel
never
like
seen
myself
anyone
again.
more dumberous than you as an ape. Hip hip hooray.
That's very kind of you to say.
Thank
I
you.
think.
Yep.
You did really good.
No offense.
Well, are we done looking at this now? I could do another pack.
Yes, that's
so
what it does, yeah.
You might as well.
So I'm going to take the bag of holding, I'll open it,
We'll just kind of like roll it in.
and I'll just, like I used to, I'll pick it up and like try to lower it down.
You could probably lay the like bag of holding like flat on the ground and just like push it in, like tip it over into the
It'll
hole.
crush all.
Oh, that didn't sound good.
We
I'll
really
be-
should take some time to clean this out one day.
Yeah, we should. One day, and I'll just lower it in. I'll like try to push all the clutter away and put
There's plenty of room for it.
the bag back in.
So what now?
Well, we get back to base camp, we find Annulin's mother, and then we're off.
Yeah.
You make your way, and you continue onward as you see the fire newts slinking off, and going back to their well-deserved rest. And you see that, out ahead, most of the bodies have been pulled back, at least of the fallen of the Alliance army. You see that the fire giant bodies have all been laboriously heaved into a pile, just to clean things up, and seems as if they're going to be disposed of. But the battlefield is, you can see the marks and the smears of drying blood, and the deep tread, the grooves of the treads of the great war machines and the splinters of those. And as you make your way, you're basically arriving at the camp as you see the great hexagonal structure of the dwarven portion of the camp rising up ahead of you, and there seems to be some heated voices coming from that as the soldiers begin to hustle and bustle about as you make your way into the dwarven part of the camp.
Ooh, all right, this doesn't sound good. Just follow my lead. All right.
All right, whatever you say.
I will work our way up to the main kind of tent structure, and I will, I guess, peek my head inside, or say hi.
You make your way, and you actually see that on the side of this wooden structure that seems to be almost like, they're actually bits of stone and a lot of metal. It seems to have been like almost as if just this a full building, fully with beautiful craftsmanship, erected overnight. And you see that there's this large platform, and the glint of the true silver, the sun on the true silver. You see an arm, a piece of a torso of the remnants of that statue. But as you make your way, you hear a very loud, booming voice that sounds very similar to King Blackforge, and he seems to be heated. It's kind of booming out of this structure, and there are two guards guarding a door that goes in there. But you can see that there's glints of flashes of light from within these very small windows that are in the structure.
Hello there. And I'll say to the guards.
One of the guards looks at you and says, "Hey,
We're back. We survived, hey?
are you the one sent for the hammer?"
Aye, we are.
One moment. And the door opens, and you hear loud shouting within as the door shuts, and then suddenly it all stops. Door opens back up. Hold on. And you hear on the other side another door opening up and the shuffling of feet. as if a bunch of people are leaving the room. And the guard then leans back and opens up the door, and it's a very dark room, but you can see the glow of the low coals burning in the center, and there's a large table, and you see as you are all ushered into the room that there is a platform elevated, and there are no dwarves in this building, and you see at one end on a pedestal the Shimmer of True Silver as just the head of the statue.
No.
It's just the head of the statue of King Blackforge looks at you and he says, "So you have me hammer?
Oh, King Blackforge,
You survived?
we did. We survived. We defeated Enziri. I'm glad to see that your construction wasn't captured by the fire giants. You all did well.
I had no doubt about that, but I admit I wasn't expecting. He doesn't point. He kind of he looks back with his eyebrows just being ahead. I wasn't expecting to get completely beheaded and to lose my head out there, but I managed, and I've been using a lot of me power to channel into this blasted scrap metal just to talk with the generals after the Thane was slain in battle. But you retrieved me, hammer. It was all worth it, right?
It was worth it, certainly. Unfortunately, I do have some bad news.
What?
So the good news is that we defeated Enzir and we stopped her plan. She planned to hatch a great phoenix egg and destroy this entire valley. I'm sure all of Magnir, the entire continent, she was trying to destroy and kill everyone. So we saved lots and lots of people, including every dwarf in this valley.
Yes, very noble and revenge for the terror of Dorgrad for so long.
And we do not have the hammer.
Excuse me, did you not kill Grudo?
No, and I'm not sure what kind of intelligence you have on the other side of the mountain, but...
We don't.
The battle out here was a wee bit of a diversion. And Duke Grudo is now marching north with a much larger army towards the direction of presumably Maka, the Wood Elf capital. With his hammer in tow.
More than
obviously.
fucking beard! The hammer has left the mountain.
Aye, the hammer is now headed north.
The hammer has not left a mountain in centuries, even after that bastard Grudo had it. And you didn't fulfill your end of the bargain.
We tried. We did.
Yet. We haven't fulfilled our end of the bargain yet.
That's right.
Okay.
We always try again, as we like to say.
You don't need... That was not the right voice. We shite. You don't need me to tell you about a dwarven oath, do you?
No, you do not.
Oh, I could use a refresher.
The massive statue turns its head and glowers at you.
They're very important. Binding, you could say, for honor, for dwarven honor. And if you don't, then
You all have honor, don't you? All of you.
you build a great grudge.
And I don't know what he's doing.
What does the hammer allow him to do?
It allows him to channel the open portals to the elemental plane of fire. Channel the plane itself.
Well, that doesn't sound like that big of a deal. I'm sure we could just handle it real quick.
Absolutely, and we haven't failed yet. There's just been a temporary delay in our plan, and we're going to go find him and get it back. No problem.
was my birthright. I didn't get to have.
I know, and this is not us saying you're out of luck, and that we won't do it. And frankly, if you need it back, we're planning on going north. We're planning on stopping this fire giant army, and hopefully saving lots more people. Is it something that you can help with? Do you have the forces to come north with us?
No. No, I don't. The forces that I have here, with what I have back in the mountain, is just barely enough to defend ourselves against the humans and the hobgoblins. We need to get back to the mountain. We cannot devote resources to protect elves. Mr. Stoneheart. Surely you know that.
Aye. Well, would it be acceptable if we were to extend our bargain? And I do greatly appreciate the great sacrifice that your generals, your thanes, your soldiers did here. And truly tragic that so many lives were lost. We were able to achieve great good, I believe, but I swear to you, we will get you that hammer back.
The head of this massive statue, you can see that it's a little bit off kilter because of the way that the beard had to the platform had to be special made for the beard to fit in this room, and it's not quite perfect. It's kind of slightly tilted as it kind of scrunches its face. Rodek Stonehearth, Wendigo man. You are a man of Moradin, are you not?
Aye.
Do you make this dwarven oath? Swear on you, your life, and Moradin himself, that you will retrieve my hammer.
To the best of my ability, I do. I swear it.
He nods slowly. Then I trust you, Rodek Stonehearth. You may be from the far north on the other side of the world. You're still a dwarf of Moradin. And I see that, and I trust your word. I wish I could help you retrieve it. I've done all that I can, except... And you see kind of a bit of anger come to his face. Except strip me brother of his name and take what he's failed to use, and I've failed to discipline him. You'll have to do that first, but it will provide you the ability to track the hammer wherever it goes.
I don't, sir. I don't understand.
Yeah, neither do I. You want us to make your brother naked, and when he's naked, he can look for the hammer?
I'm sorry.
I didn't get that, but I still don't understand.
I've been sober for 48 hours now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I need to get out of this damn scrap metal.
Yep.
So, my brother, Corbin, when he was a young lad, he was very rebellious, precocious. He hated the mountain. He hated being underground. He wanted to be outdoors. Bless you. What a sneeze. When we were not much older than boys, he left. Mountain life wasn't for him. He knew he wouldn't be king. He took the axe that I forged for him with the power of Moradin. Sometimes I thought he
I thought he'd be a true cleric of Moradin, the high priest in our great temple. But no, that wasn't for him. He took the axe I forged and his birthright, second-born, the chisel of the first forge. And he went to join hell dwarves, wood elves, humans, halflings, orcs, dragonborn, goblins, a few gnomes. And he joined with all of the peoples of Karkinos and sowed his oats and started a business. And he took the axe that I forged him and started cutting down trees.
Not the tree.
Trees of all things. A dwarf. A black forge. He figured out a way to block my sending magic, so I couldn't communicate him. Haven't heard from him in years. He started the Timbervale Logging Company. Last I heard, he started an operation logging at the southwestern corner of the Thornwilds. Big, sturdy trees, good lumber. And he selling that to Vulcus and to Kazgo, our enemies, selling lumber of the enemies of his brother.
Was it the hobgoblins and humans you
Aye.
mentioned?
To our blood enemies that we've been at war with for centuries.
Why would he do this?
Does any younger brother ever make any sense?
I wouldn't know. I'm the youngest of all my siblings.
I
So
think
in her case, no, the younger ones don't make sense.
What is that supposed to mean?
You don't have to worry about it because you're the youngest.
Okay. You're so smart.
And you, although he's not there with you in person, you feel like, despite it being this massive true silver statue you had, you feel like he's there now with this conversation. And he sighs. He says, "I think he always resented me for not having the birthright of being king and the hammer. And I always told him that birthright is imprisonment in a mountain, a burden. He didn't care, but he wanted to be free from the mountain, and still he resented me. I don't know why, but he's doing what his free spirit tells him to do. But I cannot be derelict to allow his dereliction of his duties. It is time to strip him of his name and his birthright. I'll have a royal decree written up before you leave camp. Take it to this new camp I've received reports of. It's called New Amber Pine. I'll give you a map of where to find it. When you present him the royal seal and the decree, he'll have no choice but to produce the chisel and the axe.
And if he doesn't comply?
He'll have no choice. It's a royal decree, isn't it?
I have one question. How big is this royal seal? Do we need some kind of water container to make sure it doesn't die on the trek back? Where is he keeping it inside the forest? That's not a good place for a seal to be. Also, why
It's on
did
parchment.
dwarves even have a seal anyway?
You have a lot of seals. It's a royal seal. The Black
Yeah.
Forge family line.
Where do you keep them all?
I don't understand gnomes. I want to talk to this one.
At the end of the day,
Here,
though,
one more comment. Elf.
This
He doesn't have a thing. You.
sounds like a bounty. It's been so long.
Well, go on and ask him.
Do you want us to bring him back here? Or does he need to be? What do we do with the things? I need more information. If this is the mark, how do we get him?
He can continue to run his company. I will not interfere with that. I promised myself that.
We are stripping him of his birthright.
His birthright. His name, his title,
The tools.
his privileges, the chisel, and me axe.
Well, it should be easy enough.
What's the Miax?
The axe I forged for him.
His axe.
The power of Moradin.
That's not what he said. He said Miax.
Tomato, tomato.
Well, one of them has teeth. So what's a Miax?
Which one has teeth?
Tomato.
You'll know when you see the axe. You can't miss it.
This sounds like the easiest bounty I've ever had to do. This is going to be easy.
And is there a way we can get there quickly, given the threat marching north currently?
That's up to you. I know the yak folk have your mounts.
Oh, they're okay.
And you hear Orpheus.
He's right. It's fine.
My legs itch.
Does this need to be done before
Fine,
we
don't
deal with the
care.
fire giants?
That's fine, I guess. I care if your legs itched.
He doesn't have any legs.
You got to get the chisel.
Oh,
It's the divining rod to the hammer. The hammer has never left the
Easy
mountain.
enough?
Besides passing from Magnir to Svarog. Since it was forged.
At the very least, it's another lead. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling pretty good.
All right, well, King Blackforge, I'm very sorry that we were unable originally to bring you that hammer, but I give you my words again. We will have it done. We'll leave as soon as we can. And good luck here. We'll see you
Thank you.
soon.
yep. We'll make sure to bring that seal back alive.
You will be rewarded when you do. You know I'm a dwarf of my word. And don't underestimate Grudo. I don't know what he wants with Maka or the elves there. But they should have all the time they can get if you can get there and warn them. That'll give them the best shot. I won't particularly shed a tear if some elves die.
That's gross.
But I
We
presume
don't care
that
about
you
your
all
bowel
care.
movements. You're a statue head. I mean, it would go without saying you would shed tears, but you don't need to tell us that.
I don't really think
Gross.
about how that would work if you
How
don't
would that
have
go
a-
without saying, Sylvie?
Well, because he's a stone head, how else is he gonna poo?
When you see
Nothing you are saying is
when-
making any sense.
He's the one that told us he sheds a
when-
tear.
when you see Corbrin,
I
tell
don't want
him
to think about seeing right now.
Tell him I'm sorry, and that I miss him and I wish he'd come home.
All right, I can do that.
Aye.
Gross.
Farewell.
How do I respect someone like this?
Farewell.
I mean, I do, but just how am I supposed to? But I do.
And thank you again.
Teeth.
And I'll turn it.
Farewell.
I'm just gonna follow Rode.
He shits out of his eyeballs.
It's okay.
I'll just pat her on the back as we walk out.
I know it's disgusting.
Dwarves are just weird, confounding creatures. I'm gonna get some coffee.
You leave the camp, and you see that as you make your way into the dwarven section, as you see that you kind of feel the rumbling of the ground as now all of the Monshu beasts, these massive lizards, are all starting to kind of get into kind of formation as packs are being loaded onto them as if they're ready for a long ride back to Tamaka. And you see that all of the freed slaves from Svarog are actually amongst the Yak folk, and there are Monshu beasts where a number of humans or wood elves are kind of nervously climbing onto and like trying to like get the sense, and you see that they're actually able to rig it so that several of these much smaller humanoids could ride these creatures, and as if they're bringing them back to Tamaka with them. What do you guys do?
Do I see my mom?
I would say that you
Hey, Mom.
you look ahead, and you actually you look through the crowd, and as you get closer, you make your way through the throng, and you're looking for your mom, and you actually see up ahead as your mother is deep in conversation with none other than Chief Kodo. as he's kind of like booming out and like pointing and gesturing. What do you guys do?
Mom! And I'm gonna rush forward.
And as soon as you cry out, your mother turns and you see that all the frailness that she had from the years of being imprisoned in Svarog. It feels like from one good night's sleep in freedom, she seems to have been rejuvenated a ton. And she looks at you and she says, "Annulin!" And she runs at you. And Chief Kodo turns and he starts to. You see him light up as he sees that you've returned. And you actually see right past him is Piccolo and Rambi and Leo and Lord Frederick and Wendell. As all of your mounts are there that are at his lead with his great storming Manchu beast.
I immediately run past Annulin, her mother, and the chief, and I yell, "Piccolo!" And I run right to Piccolo. And I
try to trip Dangerous. Like, Randy! I'm coming, boy!
And you hear Kodo's voice as he watches you run past. Hi! You survived! I knew you would! And you got revenge on the dread Afrita! And he just starts booming out with laughter. And it almost echoes through the valley. Your mother just hugs you tighter, and she says, "I was so worried. How are you? Are you well? Have you eaten after the battle? Did you kill? You killed Nziri, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God, that bitch deserved it.
Mom, you really
I wish I could have been there to do it myself.
Oh, you did so much, and you helped all those people.
Oh.
And I ate. Are you okay? You look like a lot better.
Oh, don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. I'm worried about you. How's your friends? How's you? And she kind of looks past and sees Orpheus, and she says, "Thank you." And Orpheus is like, "No, this is between you two. You're welcome. I appreciate it. And you don't have to mention it. I don't want to get all weird and weepy and crying and
he's just
awkward."
being
And I come,
modest.
"Oh, nonsense!" And she immediately lunges forward and hugs Orpheus and pulls him in.
I'm gonna hug the other side of him and just sandwich him good.
You saved my life, and I thought you were gone. I can't believe you're back. It was a complicated business, but thank you. No, I'm glad you're all right. I'm glad you're looking better. You're fine. You're okay. And he kind of peels himself. Okay, I'm gonna go see if Lord Frederick needs an apple or something. And he kind of and he kind of shimmies off away, and he says, "Thank you. You really have such heroic friends."
I really do. I'm so lucky I found them. But I'm lucky I found you too.
You're all right. Nothing bad happened in the battle. You didn't get no terrible wounds.
No terrible wounds
Deception
at
check.
all. Oh.
Against a mother's intuition.
Oh no.
That seems
Auto fail.
Yeah.
I'm rolling. I'm keeping it honest.
Just kidding.
Is that
Oh,
camera
I actually
touching
rolled
something
really
it shouldn't
well.
Be? It's been constantly going up and down.
Yes, it's slightly on Mikey's desk.
Oh yeah. Can you just move the? Sorry.
The foot.
Should I move that?
Yep,
Yeah,
yep,
just
just
twist that a
slide it
touch, and then
over.
we might have to twist the camera. We'll see how
It
that
should be
goes.
fine. Oh, here. Let's just do this. Thank you. Good job.
Wunderbar.
Look,
What's happening
perfect.
with my
better?
I was
hair?
just looking and I was like, it was starting to make me dizzy. I can't imagine how people were feeling.
How are you feeling? Oh, much better.
That's
Much better.
Yeah.
Cool.
Fabulous. I rolled I rolled an 18, but I got a 20.
Okay.
Ooh.
That succeeds. Oh, thank goodness. Well, I can't believe you came all this way.
I had to find you after everything that happened, and I hate to do this, but we're leaving. We have to go.
Already?
I know, but I wanted to make sure that you're going to be okay, and you're going to go back with everyone, and you're not going to be alone.
Well, I'm fine.
I just wanted to make sure they made it back to Tamaka fine, and let me come with you.
No, Mom, you gotta help these people.
We gotta get you and your brother. Where's your brother?
I'm not sure. He was with the Thorn God. What's his? What you know?
The Thornwatch. I'm so
That,
proud.
yeah,
I'm so
you know.
proud when he got accepted.
Oh, me too. So proud.
Deception check. At disadvantage. Got it.
Of course I
And after giving Rambi a scratch and a carrot, I would come back to
It'll be a 12
the
at
12.
disadvantage.
That actually succeeds.
Wow. Double mom. Got it.
And
Get shit on, Mom.
and she says, "Well, where are you going? Where are you going then off so soon?"
Well, this whole army just marched off, and based on.
We thought that we won.
Oh no, Mom. This was just a ruse.
it was a ruse.
It was. I'm sorry. I just find that word a little funny. But they tricked us, and we went into the mountain, and there was no one there. They're all marching. They're burning the forest.
That makes so much more sense.
What do you mean?
I was so confused when we came out the other side and there was a battle here, because they kept saying that Grudo wanted to attack our people. They wanted to attack Maka, and I thought that was that they must have changed the plans. They wanted to crush the Thorn Mother, our mother.
Yeah. Well.
They still do.
That's where they're going. So.
Oh, we have to go. We have to save your brother. Where's Runmere?
I don't know, Mom, but you can't come with us. You've got to help these people here, and you've been through so much, and I'm putting my foot down.
Make a persuasion check at advantage. Because Mikey is persuaded.
Ooh, a double 18.
Whoa.
That's a 20.
20.
For you.
Hey.
Pretty good. Not bad. The old dirty 20.
She stops and she kind of like, you see her kind of face fall a little bit. And she looks back towards the rows, the hundreds of freed slaves now walking with the yak folk. And like a bit of realization, kind of acceptance come over her. And she just looks back up at you, and you see that there's some tears in her eyes, and she immediately kind of like gets rid of them.
Oh, Mom.
And she just hugs you and like pulls you in.
Stay safe, Anulin. Find your brother. Bring him home. To our home, not their fancy city. With good, decent people. Like us.
I will. I'll find him. But you just have to stay safe and go with the other people here. Keep them safe and stay there in the town. Okay? I'll come back for you.
I know you will, Anulin. I know you will, Annie. You did before. You got me out of that hell. Thank you so much. I love you, Annie.
I love you too, Mom.
She gives you another squeeze, and you hear a war horn. And the thundering of drums as you hear Chief Kodo's voice boom out. Storm Riders! Back to Tamaka! We ride now! And she looks back, and she kind of like jolts back too. And she looks back to you one last time and says, "Well, you know where I'll be waiting.
I'll
Just
be back soon.
be safe, Annie."
Bye, Mom.
I'll miss you just like I did every day in that hellhole. I love you.
Love you, Mum.
I love you. Goodbye.
Bye, Mum.
Stay safe.
All right, Mum.
And so,
I gotta go. Bye, Mum.
and so she kind of looks one last time, and she turns, and she forces herself. You see the resolve come over her, and you see now she stands tall. She is definitely a tall wood elf, and she has a level of grace and authority to her, and she now is in full proper garments that have been seemingly donated and quickly stitched together by some of the healers of the Yak folk, as well as all the other prisoners got. And so you see her look up at one of the Manchu beasts, and she grabs onto one of its haunches and kind of flings herself very gracefully onto the side of it. And she just turns and she just keeps waving and looking at you as they ride off.
I'll wave back and rejoin.
Well, she's on her way. I lied to my mum. I'm probably gonna have to tell her that later and get in trouble.
About your brother?
Yeah. I know something bad's going on with him. It'll break her heart.
You should have told her he was dead. And then when he ended up not being dead, she'd be really happy. But if he ends up being dead, well, then there's no shock there.
I'll consider that. Thank
Just
you.
in case we have to kill him.
I'm gonna kill my
I
brother.
don't think we're going to have
That's
to
not
kill
on the table.
Well, I mean, we'll really have to see how the cookie crumbles. But we might kill him.
We're not going to kill him. Don't worry. I can't imagine things are that far gone in Maka and the Thornwatch.
We're not killing my brother, and that's final.
He'll be reasoned with.
I mean, sure, it's up for debate.
It's final. Final.
You're sounding like a horse again.
I'm thinking about kicking you like a horse.
Well, that wouldn't be very nice. I'm a gnome. If you kick me like a horse, I would die.
I like that kind of spirit, but don't kick like a horse, kick like an axe. And you see as Chief an ox.
Axes can't
She kicked
kick.
like an ox.
Don't worry, Chief. We knew what you meant.
As Chief Kodo stamps into view with his Manchu beast, along with having presented you with all of your mounts, he says, "You've all been victorious. I thank you for reuniting my tribe, for bringing me back from the dead, and now I can continue to protect my people united."
Well, thank you for making all of this happen. And I know it must be quite a great shock given how long ago you died, but I can see right away you're a great leader, so Annulin's mother is traveling with you, so try to keep an extra eye on her.
Estelin drives a hard bargain, but I know that we have plenty of room with the Streamrunner tribe not using their portion of our city. So there's plenty of room and resources. They will be welcome and have a home in Tamaka as long as I am chief. And now that Nziri is dead, I won't get fooled again and drown in a very small pool of water. And embarrassed and humiliated! I'm glad she's dead! Sorry. I must go now. My riders are on their way to Tamaka. Thank you.
Yup.
You truly are not just respectable calves. You are respectable bulls and cows.
Wait, but I'm on the wall. I am.
A respectable bull is better than a respectable calf!
Oh, that
He
can't
smacks
possibly
you
be
on
right.
the back. Well done!
Yeah.
I'm a respectable cow.
You have proven that time and time again. I do not understand anything you say, small one.
Thanks.
But you have proven yourself respectable, to say the
You
least.
want to see me spit up some dirt?
And I spit up some dirt.
I still don't know what you mean by that. Well, it's time to ride. He climbs onto his Manchu beast.
Goodbye.
Well, this was informative, to say the least.
Goodbye, Chief.
Well,
And he lets out one more bellow, and it echoes through. Ah! We ride! As he thunders off.
I'm gonna miss that.
And you and it kind of you remember as his storming Manchu beast kind of as it starts to get a running jump, starts to like glide a little bit on the air, and it starts to speed past all the others and join the long train of Manchu beasts riding out. And it's not very long until right afterwards a royal procession of guards comes and provides the royal decree that King Blackforge had promised. And they hand it to you and immediately turn back, and you see that the building's already being broken down. The head is now with the rest of the scrap, and the eyes are dim, it's not moving, and they begin to mobilize. And you see they have musk oxen drawing carts of the dead. And you see they're all laid out very nicely, and they have tarps over them. But as they wheel them by, you can see a bit of glimpse from one of them that has a place of honor. And you remember Thelma Rage Anvil, who had led the forces. She had fallen in the battle as well. As they begin to make their way, and it's now just the remaining forces that they're making their way out of this valley, and just the dead. And that's it. What do you do?
Oh man.
So, now it's just us.
Yep.
And all of these others still here.
They're going elsewhere.
Orpheus grabs the map that the dwarves had provided with the decree, and he's like, okay. New Amber Pine.
Orpheus, what's happening with your face?
I'm trying to visualize it.
Well, haven't you ever been there before? I mean, isn't that a prerequisite? Don't you have to know where we're going to get there?
I have to know where we're going. I don't have to have been there. It will be less effective if I haven't been there for sure. There could be a mishap.
Oh, no.
That's okay. Every time I do stuff, there's always a mishap. That's half of what makes me Sylvie.
Can you teleport Rambi as well?
And Leonardo da Kitty? Leonardo DiCaprio da Kitty?
No, I cannot.
Well, but what are we going to do without them?
We'll have to flag down the yak folk and tell them to take the mounts.
I mean, as long as they're safe, I don't know what would happen if something happened to Piccolo. I would die. That's exactly what would happen. I know exactly what would happen if something happened to Piccolo.
She squawks and kind of nuzzles you a bit.
Oh,
I've never been that far from Rambi before.
He nuzzles you again. He's very happy to see you. You can tell it's been a long time. And,
Are you sure there's no way that you can learn a different spell?
Sorry. And where are we going to go? In Maka? At a tree city? You think that a bunch of horses? And Lord Frederick, I know you're very special and beautiful. You're not going to do well in the trees.
Did you know that Wendell peed on Lord Frederick's leg this morning?
I didn't know that. Was that when we woke up?
Now Lord Frederick is also an Oni pony. That's how they transfer it.
Well, that's a pony of power. So that's a strong pony.
Are there any yak folks still?
Yeah, no, there's a huge procession of yak folk, yeah. Oh, no. And you see that there's still the slaves and all of that. And you actually see one riding by, and you see a large half-orc. And you recognize him as Hangris, who is basically still a second in command. And as he rides by, he kind of like makes a look of recognition, and he calls out and says,
"Oh,
I see you made it."
Wait! And I'll walk up to him. I'm glad you survived, and I'm glad that you're free.
He kind of stops it. You can see that there's a couple of like other. You see that there's a halfling and a human, and they're kind of like looking very hungry. Not that they've been well fed, but they're still looking weak and frail.
Could you do us a great favor?
Yeah.
What's that? Anything? You saved us.
our lovely companions here. And I'll point to all the weird animals.
The menagerie.
And they're
that we
all
have.
making that like little with the big like glistening eyes.
Do you mind taking them to Tamaka and looking after them?
For Estelin's daughter, anything. Absolutely anything.
And you can let Estelin know, and I'm sure she'll help.
I'll tell them. I'll flag down some of our new friends, and they'll help us wrangle them. They're in good hands. These are good people.
Well, for your trouble, and I'll give him like 5 gold pieces.
Thank you.
Wendell has a very particular diet and is an oni pony, so you need to make sure to milk him at least twice a day.
I'll be sure to make a note of that.
I don't think you can do that.
Rambi likes grass. He likes moss as a treat. You can do apples, carrots, sometimes a wee bit of grain like barley or rye if you have it. And try to brush him at least once a week if possible. He likes to kind of graze on a pasture if possible, at least once a day. And if you could just give him enough room where he can kind of like, wander around a little bit right before bed.
I'll try to remember
and
all
then
that.
Wendell also, if he's not entertained enough, he'll eat the children.
I'll make a note of that. Hey! And he calls over some yak folk, and they're excited to see creatures that are different than Manchu beasts. And they remember your beast from the stables.
Oh,
and
he has a bowel disorder. If he eats, he poops.
I'll let them know. These are the beast masters. I'm just a new friend. And as they take all their mounts, and Rammy gives you all of your mounts give you a loving nuzzle, and even Lord Frederick, I will miss you most of all.
I'll give Rambi a scratch, and I'll say, Rambi, you need to be a good lad for the nice orcmen, and the nice cowmen, or oxenmen, whatever. Just be a good boy, and I'll make sure that I'll see you again very, very soon. You'll be safe, you'll be happy, you'll be with your friends, Piccolo, those other guys. Just, I'm proud of you, and I'll be home soon. And I'll give him another scratch, and I'll pull an apple.
I'll be like watching this out of the side of my eye.
I'll pull an apple out of my bag, and I'll feed it to him.
I can't wait for Rambi goes to college the later years.
Now go on, and I'll give him a pat, and I'll turn.
Wendell, all those things Rodick said to Rambi, and also, I know you're an Oni, you little shit. Bye!
Smack him on the ass.
As he joins the rest of the...
You sneaky pony.
Lord Frederick goes off.
Leo little scritches behind the ears and say,
Now, Leo, oxmen are friends and not food, and just good luck and stay out of trouble. And I love you. And I'll boop them.
They definitely seem a little bit trepidatious of the lion. Like, whatever, fine. And they
That's
take
an
it.
underfed lion.
Yeah. And they take it. They nuzzle you. And then all the mounts are along with all of the Manchu beasts, as they definitely seem to be sad, but they will follow your command. And then Orpheus looks off and says, "Yeah, I really grew to like that horse."
Yep. Teleport us now.
You all ready?
Nope, let's go.
Okay,
Yeah.
hold on. Well, I'm very ready and I'm very confident. I feel great. My head does not hurt at all.
Of course not.
Oh,
Let me just take a look
question.
at this
Before
map.
you do that, is that Quicksilver stuff worth anything?
The true silver?
True silver?
What's Quicksilver?
Aye, quite a lot.
It's kind of like Volcom.
What's that?
It's... Should we take it? Can we use it for anything?
The pieces of the statue?
Yeah.
I think they're taking it
The
with
dwarf,
them.
there it goes.
Oh.
See?
Oh, they took it.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty
They're
sure if we
probably
were to
gonna-
steal that, they'd kill us.
I thought it was left in a pile on the
Brutally.
floor.
Oh, it was for a bit, but that's just because they dismantled it. They're going to take it and probably reforge it into new sort of armor.
I'm pretty sure they would have torn all of our limbs from our bodies.
But normally, I'm
And then burned
totally
us
down
alive.
with stealing.
It seemed like they just left it on the floor.
We could go to the hot spring.
If we didn't murder Torgrad, they'd have fed us to him.
Finders keepers is
We could
all
go-
I'm saying.
We could go to the hot spring and steal from the newts.
I don't think we should do that.
If you want to
Hey.
steal.
I don't want to steal.
Seems a little excessive.
Well, you got
But
me.
my whole stuff.
You got me really excited to steal.
I'm sorry.
Well, Orpheus, do your worst.
Okay, I'm just going to give it one more look. New
Damn
amber
it.
pine. New amber pine.
I hope
new
we don't
amber
end up
pine.
somewhere in Striga.
New amber pine. New amber pine. Okay, gather around,
I've
folks.
never been to Striga.
Oh, well, we
And
might.
you start swirling around, and it's just looking with this orange magic as it swirls around. Okay, my powers.
What is this eldritch music?
I'm channeling my power. You can hear it.
I can hear it.
And suddenly you all feel your stomachs leave your you feel a pull in your stomach as you suddenly land again as you feel you've rushed a great an impossible distance, and you look around and
Please be trees.
it's trees.
Oh, thank God.
Are they on fire?
That's a good first start.
It's you're in a forest of relatively small trees.
We're in a forest of
And
relatively small
you
trees.
look around and you see forest as far as you can see.
3 for 3.
The trees are as far as I can see.
This doesn't seem right.
What do you mean this doesn't seem right?
I mean, I was supposed to take us to a town where they are cutting down the trees, right? Isn't that what logging...
Yeah. Do you want me to fly up into the sky as high as I can fly to see what's available outside these trees?
We can't be that far. Yes, Sylvie, please do that. That was a lovely song. You can keep singing even as you mount your broom and find out where we might be.
I don't think the teleportation settles well with me.
That's all right.
It doesn't settle well with
Fly
any of
twice
us.
as high.
You can fly twice as high.
Yep.
So go take a look.
Okay, goodbye.
I jump on my broom when I
You
fly
hop
straight
on
up.
your broom and you fly up, and the trees whisk all around you, and you all hear now the babbling of a stream, or a river not too far from you, and flowing south. And Sylvie, you fly up, dodging the branches, and as you appear out from the canopy, leaves all around you, some twigs in your hair. You look around, and directly in front of you is just the massive, sprawling expanse of the Thornwilds. And you see these massive, ancient trees looming up with gnarled vines of brambles, sometimes arcing out and then diving back into the canopy. And you turn around and you see that there's a bit of a smaller forest that then leads into the Thornwilds, and behind you, not more than a mile or so, are plains. So you're seemingly at our plains. Are these rolling verdant
Not
plains?
But it doesn't look like land that has been milled.
It is not.
Like, what?
It does not look like land that has been logged. And you can see a river, and you know that logging companies or logging establishments are usually on a river to transport the logs down south to where you presume Vulcus is. And you actually can see the rising mountains of the Smolder Peak Valley to the south now. And you seem to be in the place where you should be, but there doesn't seem to be any kind of town.
So it looks like this is the spot on the map.
This looks like on
It's just
the
not
map
what we
as far as
expected.
like where like the southwestern point of the Thornwilds. Like you seem to be
There.
right there. And I'll say Orpheus probably handed you the map before you went up, and you're able to like get a look as you balance on your broom, and it should be here.
I'm gonna fly down and skid to a stop.
Oh, that was exhausting.
What'd you see? Where are we?
I'm gonna need 5 silver.
I don't.
Well, what do you know? Orpheus has 5 silver.
I'm gonna pocket the 5 silver.
What did you find? How far off are we?
Well, I have good news.
What is it?
We're lost.
That's not good news.
But we're lost in the spot we're supposed to be in.
Still got it.
So, it
Sorry.
looks like, per the map, we're in the exact location we were told to go. Now, funny story is, there's no town here.
So is the map just wrong?
Maybe. I don't know. But this is where we were supposed to go. Oh, that rhymed. I knew I should have been a bard.
Waste of time.
Nope. I don't think Baba Yaga would like it.
How? Are you sure you didn't mess this up?
No, I was looking at the map when I was up in the sky. We're in the right spot. We're right by the babbling brook. There's the small fields over in that direction I was looking. There's the smaller forest over in the other direction I was looking. And then there's the big thornwild trees right here, right now. But what's missing is a town.
Strange.
Nothing's been logged.
Perhaps they're just
Yeah,
getting started and are
That's
building.
another thing. The forest spreads out for miles, and not a single bit of it looked like it's been logged by anyone,
Well,
dwarf or otherwise.
Well, there's no chance we've been led astray. I mean, there's no reason for the king to have lied to us.
it's unlikely that the information was bad. Perhaps they're still setting things up and they haven't started yet. So maybe we head to the river and see if there's any sign of them.
That doesn't make sense.
Why not?
Because if they were just setting things up, then they wouldn't already be selling things to those people down the river in Voltron.
Good point.
But we were specifically told they were doing that, which means the operation has to be functional. I don't mean to be the smartest one in this group, but come on, Brodek.
Maybe they plan to?
Deduction. It takes the power of deduction.
Damn it, Andy.
That's the face that Vantage made.
It takes the power of deduction to figure this out.
Why does she keep saying it?
What's going on my list?
No, you're right. It doesn't make sense.
Well,
If you would just deduce.
I'm all out of ideas.
Well, what now?
I mean, we have to start going some direction or we get Orpheus to try to teleport us somewhere else. But then
Yeah,
we
how
don't
many
get the
times-
chisel, and then we don't find the hammer, and then we don't find the thorn mother.
How many times can you teleport us in one whole day?
I can teleport us one more time.
Just
Well,
one.
I've been blowing my magic. I've been having fun. I apologize.
we should make sure that we know where we're gonna go to. Or we stay here.
I'm with you in the latter point. I'm hesitant to just leave. There's a reason we're supposed to be here, and
Right, this is where they told us to go.
something doesn't add up.
What if they're underground?
Can I look around and see if there's any other signs that something or someone else has been in this general area? Just kind of like maybe going out in like a 30-foot like circle around where we're hanging and talking.
Yeah, make a survival check. Orpheus looks and says, "They are dwarves, or at least there's one dwarf."
Oh, Orpheus. Thank you for teleporting us.
20.
You're welcome. Do you really think they're underground?
I don't know.
20.
Oh, 20. You look around, and you can, as you make your way through, you kind of, you go on, basically make a large circle around where you've landed in this forest. And it just looks to be more forest as far as you can see. And you can see the edge of the forest at the very southwestern edge of the Thornwilds. And you see bits of remnants of a road going into the forest. It was not paved, may have been a dusty road out into the plains, but it seemed to go into the forest and then fade.
Fade is in like I cannot track it beyond a certain point.
Well, it's just a road going off into the plains.
Oh, okay.
So basically, it's fading this way. It's fading towards you.
Oh, I see.
Guys, there's a road here.
A road for what? What does it taste like?
I didn't taste it.
Well, what are you doing? You're supposed to be our ranger. Taste the road.
I don't know what I would glean from that.
Well, does it taste like it's been traveled on?
No, but it looks like it has.
Oh.
If I'm not sure later, though, like at a different part of the road, I'll taste it. I promise.
Okay, and if you don't want to, I'll do it.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Well, it's a good start. Then let's go to the road and we'll take it through the forest and see what we find.
So is this road continuing to head south?
So just to be clear, there was a road that was heading towards the forest, and so it was coming from the southwest, going into the forest, and so basically there was a road going somewhere, and it's now just forest.
So it basically looks like that's the road that would have taken you to this spot.
Yes.
If there had been a town here, that's the road you would have taken to get
exactly
to this town.
right.
Why are you staring at me like that? Do I have mud on my lips? I did just eat some of the road.
Kelsey was processing. Sorry.
So, what I gleaned. Anyway, when I ate the dirt, what it told me is that road comes into this area, not out. If we take that road out, we're going to be going opposite a direction of where we want to be.
Ah, poop.
Yep.
I think that given my high skills in navigating a forest that I wouldn't have gotten turned around.
It's really easy to do.
In such a way.
It's really easy to do when you're in a place with big trees.
Yeah.
And Vandross's knees.
I immediately
his knees.
lay down on the forest floor and put my ear to the ground.
Make a reception check.
What do you make fun of me for?
No.
I said forest.
Yeah, something like that.
That's what I said. Forest floor. Forest ground. Forest floor. Sorry, I'm looking at my skills here. This thing is a pain in the ass. You said perception?
Yep.
Oh, that's not the good one. I think I still have the thing that I automatically get a 10, though. I think I lost that. Oh, it doesn't matter. 21.
21. You place your ear to the ground, and you just hear the sounds of the earth, the natural vibrations, the babbling of the river, and you can hear as if there might be something below you, as the natural movements of the earth feel like it's echoing somewhere beneath you.
Well. I can't believe that worked!
What?
I can hear something. Something's off about this thing. You were right. There's something underneath of us.
Right about something?
Yes, well, I mean, you're right about a lot of things, but you were right about this thing. I can't believe that worked. Oh, the look on your face right now.
I feel really stupid.
I told you. Just eat the road.
I should have just started eating grass, and I can hear something. Something sounds off.
Well, there must be some kind of cave or tunnel somewhere.
You try.
You're
a dwarf. You like the underground and the rock. Just listen. Put your head in. I start trying to push you.
All right.
I'll get down and listen as well.
Me too.
You all are able to hear the same thing that Vandross does.
See?
Wow.
What do you know?
Great job, Vandross.
Yeah, sometimes you just get a little lucky.
We should look for some kind of tunnel or mine entrance or something.
All right, well.
You're not very good archaeologists. We just dig.
What?
Yeah.
Just dig.
Just dig down.
For how far?
Well, it can't be that far if we can hear noises.
What she said.
I mean, won't they know then?
See, the power of deduction.
I guess we just don't care if they know that we're digging.
Dig a tunnel, dig a tunnel. Quick, before the hyenas come.
Are there hyenas?
Probably.
I have a phobia of gnolls, so just don't mention hyenas.
All right. Well, I'll for my pack. I'll pull out a shovel.
I'm gonna look at my equipment. I don't have one.
Oh, I hated being an archaeologist. Oh, fine. Just fine.
Does anyone, I hate to ask this, have an extra shovel?
No, I don't even have a single shovel.
Maybe we just take turns. That way when someone gets tired, I'll take the next shift.
Or maybe we just let Rodick do it.
No.
I don't hate that.
No, we're not doing that.
Why not? You don't want to play? You don't want to be a team player?
just seemed like
I
something you
flew
would
up.
want to do.
I flew up and saw that we were in the right place. Vandris listened to the road so it could tell us what was up. Anulin scouted and found the road to begin with. Orpheus teleported us here. What have you done? Dig, Rodak, dig.
Give me an hour.
Yeah, okay.
That seems fair.
I'm
Yeah,
fine
dig.
with that.
If it's less work for us, and I don't have to,
Diggy,
I don't have to
hole.
fucking dig, then yes.
I'll take a few copper
Dig a
pieces.
hole. Diggy hole.
I'm gonna prop up myself up next to a tree and just kind of kick back.
Oh,
and
I was
relax.
gonna do that casual, cool thing, Vanders. I'm gonna go over this tree, and Orpheus walks over.
There
and
can't be two of us.
I look a lot cooler than you do, Vanders.
Whatever
I
you
look
say.
so much more relaxed. You
whatever.
look like you're worried about something.
I'm
Whatever
going
you
to,
need to say.
float my broom up a little bit,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to attach a hammock to it, and I'm going to lay in my hammock on my broom.
You do that while Rodek channels.
See, look, I'm super cool.
While he's doing that, I'm going to just continue to explore the area. And being in a forest, which is one of my
favorite terrain.
terrains.
That's my favorite.
And knowing that we are searching for a dwarf, right? Yes.
Yeah.
A
That's the
dwarf.
plan. A dwarf. One dwarf.
A dwarf. So while I'm... Oh, that's a creature, not a person.
Creatures, anything?
Anything? Okay.
Yep.
So
Could
while
be a
tracking
plant.
creatures, that being the dwarf, you learn the exact number, sizes, and how long ago they passed through the area.
Got it. So you take your time and you scout out the area for this hour as everyone else just relaxes and Rodek is channeling on his magic. And you realize that there's been no dwarves through this in a very long time.
Interesting.
Like, did he tell us how long ago his brother left? Out of character?
He said decades.
Yeah,
Oh,
decades ago,
okay.
yeah.
He hadn't seen his brother for a very long time.
Okay. Well, that's relative. I was thinking like 4 years. That's like.
But
a long
it's
time to not see
been
your
at the very
brother.
least weeks or a couple months since you don't get any trace of someone walking through here.
Okay.
So, yeah, so from my pack, I would take out my small miniature anvil. I would take out a blacksmith hammer, throw a couple copper pieces down, and over an hour, I would be basically smithing on my anvil. And you'll see it kind of glow throughout this hour. And then, you know... Are we good to like jump to the? So then at the end of the ritual, at the end of this hour,
to the part where
Where I do the cool stuff.
it's
and I just
like
get there.
crafting in Valheim, where all of a sudden from this anvil, just like 6 shovels explode from my anvil.
I love
No.
this.
All right,
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
I thought we were gonna skip the work.
That is
We all
not
have
what
a
you
duel.
spent an hour doing.
Aye, it
Magic is to do less work, Rodek, not more work.
No, it's so we can all share in the work. Pick up your shovel.
I'm with Orpheus on this one. The magic.
I'll throw everybody a shovel.
Son of a.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm allergic to shovels.
Oh.
All right, Rodek, where are we digging?
Look, it's nice and small, just for you, and I'll pick up the small one. It's just your size.
No.
All right.
I'm gonna take my cloak off and put my
I'll
stuff
help.
down and roll my sleeves
Well,
up and.
okay, I'll help, but only if I can eat some of the dirt afterwards.
You can eat as much dirt as you like.
Do you promise if we find clay, can I eat that too?
Aye.
If we find some Avantris worms, can we keep them to show Anulin so she knows what one is that can turn into one later?
Do you
that's
mean
all
the
fine.
elusive dirt worm?
Yep, Avantris worms.
Okay.
I'm gonna dig
Okay,
wherever
let's get
Rodek
this
tells me
over
to,
with.
to
So
dig.
I'm gonna take my shovel and I will break ground and start digging.
I'll just follow suit.
Samesies.
Okay, I need a group. What's the next? Would it be an excavation check?
Ooh, an excavation check.
We just
Very
invented it.
high-tech.
No. I know it's not an excavation check, but that would just be basically a straight.
Construction.
Like
A
athletics.
con.
It would be
for construction.
athletics or
I'm really good at this. I spend most of my time eating dirt.
it could be a tool check of some kind.
Yeah, it would be a tool check.
Oh,
I'm trying to think of. Chad, help me out here.
What is sleight of hand? Athletics.
Investigation.
Yeah, make a group investigation check. Do that.
Yay!
A group investigation check, and then I would say Orpheus will double his proficiency modifier.
I got a 22. That's the lowest I can get.
I got a 4.
4, 3, 2.
I got a
Proficiency
12.
Sure, I
bonus
have
is
reliable.
doubled.
Oh,
Reliable
it's
check.
actually no, I
Plus
did.
check.
Definitely, it was not that.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's definitely a joke.
Yes, I still have reliable talent. So 22.
22. Okay.
14.
14. Okay.
12.
12. Okay. You all begin digging, and you're digging, and you're as you're digging up the earthy soil. It seems to the smell seems very very earthy. Obviously, as you're digging up the earth, and it feels it's very pleasant. As you start to get a little bit deeper, something smells a little bit off, a little bit musty almost.
Wow.
As you're digging deeper and you're shoveling piles of soil behind you, and then your shovels hit something, and you dig up. Is that a bit of wood, a bit of a plank? One of you hits seems to be stone, maybe cobblestone, or a stone block.
Oh no.
And you shoveling bits of
Oh,
metal,
no.
and you all begin to start,
I don't.
and then you see Orpheus, who has been digging in like an expert, and obviously a professional, a former archaeologist, and he's been kind of further off the southern southwestmost tip of the area as he digs, and he says, I think we are in the right place. And he stands up and holds up a very large wooden sign that says New Amber Pine. And that's where we'll end the session.
Oh, well done, Mike. Well done.
I know what happened. Advantage and
Yeah,
chill.
I don't know what
I
happened.
think I know
We'll
what
have to talk
happened.
about it in
We're
the
gonna talk
next
about
show. But first, we have some people to thank. Laugh Love Lindy rated our channel with 14 viewers, so hopefully you're still there. Hosted the channel with 11 viewers. Dice Priority
Dice
hosted our
Priority,
channel
thank you
rated
so
with
much.
9 viewers as well.
Thank you.
And the raid,
So we-
thank you for the raid, Dice Priority. Thank you, Lindy. Thank you guys
very
so
much
much.
appreciate the raids. It's good to see all of you. Hopefully you're still there.
Yeah.
We're just finishing
I know
up
it's late. Thanks
our
for staying up.
4-hour session of D&D, but we're switching over to Advantage and Chill for our subscribers. So if you're a sub, we're going to switch over to sub-only streamer. We're going to talk about the session. We'll tell you what we think happened to this town, and we'll talk about it. And you guys can ask us questions, and we'll talk about our favorite moments and spend a little quality time with you. And that's about it. So until then, we'll see you here next week. Same time,
Next
same
week,
place.
Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern.
Same time, same place, same campaign. So we're back.
Yeah.
We're officially back for good.
There's some good stuff to talk about. And thank you for bearing with us and staying up late as we all kind of, still shaking off the rust a little bit, but it's been good to get back.
Thank you, everyone, for everything.
That's what we get
Awesome.
for
Thanks,
swimming in our
everybody. We'll see you in
We'll
1
see you
second.
soon. Goodbye.
Bye.